Okay, how we doing, people? Okay, no. Apologies, just gonna get my microphone where it should be. There it is. Easy, easy clap. Oh, how we doing, people? Fucking imagine being early. Could be me, right? Fucking weird. Yeah. Once again, Homeworld 2 hates music, so, you know, it has like one track, so... Yeah, so that means I'm going on the TV, right? I'm gonna be a TV star, right? Right, Ricky, right? Yeah. So obviously I'm not meant to perhaps. Nah, I am incredibly the sad. So yeah. So yesterday, I got rather annoyed with this game. Honestly, there's a reverb in my mic. So what the fuck now? You mean I have to actually turn on my own monitor? Yeah, I hear that. Fine, I'll just turn my own gain down and let the compressor take care of the rest. But yeah, yesterday I got kind of like annoyed with this game because it was doing that thing where Homeworld takes the piss again, right? By which I mean, the game was being unreasonable. That's the point I'm trying to make. So it would appear, perhaps that is better. It would appear that so I actually went online and looked this up, right? But yeah, that's wait. So I was just quickly listening to my own thing just to make sure everything's where it should be. But yeah, so I went online and I looked it up, and so apparently, believe it or not, Homeworld 2 has no difficulty system. But what it does have is adaptive AI, and the fact that the game cheats like a prick. So apparently, what happens is that the game keeps track of how well it thinks you're doing. I don't know what the fuck it's measuring that off of, but you know, fuck knows. I don't know what it's measuring that off of, but it seems that the better you're doing, the more shit it's going to give the enemy, and the more, not smarter, but aggressive that enemy is going to be. Not only that, it's also not helped by the fact that the game is already fairly hard, by which I mean it's very level design is designed to be a prick. Right? Like, so yeah, it's very level design. It's designed to be an absolute asshole. By which I mean, you know, it is meant to be putting you in bad situations where you're under attack basically immediately. And unlike the last game, there is no downtime at the end of a mission. Like as soon as you hit the end of the mission, it kind of then says, well, you know, you press this button to go into hyperspace, but it gives you all the time in the world that you want to quickly reconstitute your fleet before you get into the next engagement. Not the case with 2, because with 2, it's just like, well, fuck you, here you go, and it immediately yeets you into the next mission. Meaning you've got like no time flat in order to actually prepare and start up with the next mission. Especially, right, if the enemy are throwing a lot of one particular thing at you. And there's one thing I've learned about the Vega, is that their corvettes are just mean. Their corvettes are just ugh. They will send hordes and hordes of corvettes at you. Excuse me. They will send hordes and hordes of corvettes at you, and those corvettes hurt, and they're hard to kill. So you know you're basically forced to have torpedo frigates, which is what I'm starting to learn is actually the very fucking purpose of the corvette frigate. It's really the anti-Vega ship, even though an ion cannon frigate would just be better in all circumstances. But you know, fuck me, I guess. But yeah, we got quite a bit to get through today, so I'm starting a bit early. Is the answer. So we actually got to Thaddeus Sabah. Now apparently this mission is just pain. Apparently this mission is just absolute pain. This doesn't shock me one bit, but you know, here's hoping we can actually make it through. I've also decided bombers are unnecessary.
Captain Soban has the location of Balcora Gate.
gonna turn the game down because I forgot how loud this fucking game is.
We must mount a rescue operation before he can be interrogated. The outpost is heavily defended, but we have identified a weak point. We will hyperspace into a nearby nebula that will provide us with cover. Stand by for hyperspace exit.
Right. Okay, game is unreasonably loud. Holy shit. I've never had to turn down a game quite as far as I've had to turn down Homeworld 2. I think prior to this, like -5, -6 was about a level I would stick it at. Right now it's at -21. That's just how fucking loud this game is. Also, I made a change. So I determined the reason we were losing so bad is because our paint job wasn't right. So I've gone back to the old paint job that I had, and I see that the Vega are already ripping it off. A little bit of this before we start grilling. You are selling me on this game. Look, Homeworld is like OG sci-fi. Homeworld, like, don't remember, Homeworld 1 came out in '99, Homeworld 2 a few years later. Like, this game got a lot of people into like space sci-fi, and it does like space very well, you know. Like, you want Voidborne combat. You can't get much better than Homeworld, in my personal opinion. Okay, so we've still. I've gone back to the old paint job from the first game, which is black with the red. Very much the you done fucked up paint job.
Captain Soban's tracking signal is coming from the carrier.
Naturally. Yeah, I've decided that bombers and gunships are an anachronism, and we should just specialize. All corvettes are now pulsars, and all fighters are now interceptors. So quickly, before we get into a fight, right? We have like no frigates. Those that we do have: 2 ion cannons, 2 flaks.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
I don't even know where the others are.
Group 1 reporting.
Right, but we've got full interceptors. That's great. Everyone should still be producing.
Awaiting orders.
Everyone should still be producing pulsars because I want as many of them as is possible.
Underway. Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
I'm just checking everything's where it should be, and it is good.
Group 4 reporting. Group
Make
1
sure that
standing by. Reporting.
every interceptor is in fact in Group 1.
Group 4.
Let's move the war fleet together. To be fair,
Ready.
you two, I'm actually going to keep together. You are now the carriers, because you are no longer necessary, because that one of those carriers, the reason I had this carrier going around is because it had the fire control tower, and the idea being that the fire control tower enhances the gunnery of all the ships around it. Now, it turns out that the battle cruiser also has a fire control tower option, and they're actual warships, so no longer necessary.
Standing by. Group 3 copies.
So we've got 5 frigates. Alright, so we are... So really, the frigate fleet is what I've got to rebuild. So give me the mothership. Oh god, the pulsar gunships are coming out.
Pulsar gunship
So we've only got a handful left. Was that 2 more flights, and we're good.
Mothership.
1 there, and 1 there. So
Mothership.
any of the mothership is producing is now an anachronism. Right. So let's.
Production underway.
Seeing as
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
corvettes are a constant fucking issue.
Squadron complete.
Confirmed.
All the pulsar gunships together.
Strike group
We don't even need to put them in formations because they are their own ships. So they're already in their smaller formations. By the way, I love the new trails, the fucking yellow into red trails, and look how much meaner that looks. Right, so immediately I want 6 torpedo frigates. So that's going to put us up to 11.
Group 3.
Flak frigates, I'm going to want at least 8 of, honestly. You're not needed, so where is it? So we've got 2.
Construction underway.
You can build 3.
Acknowledged.
You can build 3.
Complete.
That puts us up
Construction
to
underway.
17. Going to want a marine frigate because Lord knows the game's going to bust one on me. Puts me up to 18, the rest of which can then be ion frigates.
Assembly underway. Ready. Berths are clear.
I think I've still got a space somewhere.
Roger.
Right there.
Construction underway.
Now, by my reckoning, that's good. We just gotta wait for stuff to be built. Okay, it still counts the dreadnought in my ship
Flak
list,
frigate complete.
even though it's quite clearly like a key ship. It also has outrageous range, so it can kind of hang in the back here and be fine. Still annoys me. You've only
Underway. Pursuing targets. Group 1.
Bombers.
To battle position.
bombers.
On our way. Moving while engaging.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
But you see, this is why we have
Complete.
the interceptors. You see.
Group 4 under attack.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 2
I think that's why we have the interceptors.
Group 4 reports victory.
Strike group
So
coordinates
that
locked in.
when they decide to throw strikecraft at us, it's not really an issue.
Flak frigate complete.
So random
Group
gunships.
4 reporting.
I'm gonna send them home.
Copy. Group 4.
Mothership. Torpedo frigate complete.
Whomst has room in their production schedule? You.
Berths are clear. Group 4 standing by. Group 2 reporting. Group 3 reporting.
How is everyone doing on the? Actually,
4 copies.
oh yeah, that's right. If I don't actually remove him from Group 4, it will just keep including them.
4 reports enemy contact. Ion cannon frigate.
They're just gonna keep sending those at us, huh?
Maneuver confirmed. Group 1 copies.
Well, it looks like we can actually down strikecraft with the wall of capital ships just by sheer law of probability.
Under attack. Group 5 reports enemy contact.
Attack complete. Awaiting further orders. Group 1. Group 1 copies. Ready.
So torpedo frigates are incoming.
Torpedo frigate complete.
Marine frigate can pal around with the
Pattern locked in.
mothership.
Group 4 copies. Group 5
We will
copies.
keep the carriers close.
Standing by.
And that's the 8.
Group 3.
That's the 8 flak frigates. We'll
Ion cannon frigate.
keep that close to the front because they're the
Reinforced.
the anti-mass strikecraft
Confirmed.
solution.
Group 2 copies. Pursuing targets. Group 4
And then
standing
you
by.
guys, okay, you guys are now finished for building, aren't you? Yes.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
Group 3 reports
All-
enemy contact.
Acknowledged. Group
All
4
frigates together,
Group 5
to the front.
under attack.
en route. Standing by.
and then that's only 5 torpedo frigates, which is why that group is short because there's one waiting on production.
Group 4 under attack.
And then there's your pulsars. Everyone, all the pulsars are now together.
Ready. Supporting friendly units.
Group 2 reinforced.
They are attempting to throw strikecraft at us, but there's so many interceptors they're actually having to take turns at taking down the enemy.
4 reports enemy
But with the flak frigates now toward the front, we're actually going to stick everybody on a defensive footing
Docking with carrier. Moving to destination.
and move everyone onto neutral
Set.
power.
1.
Torpedo frigate complete.
There it is. That's the last torpedo frigate. That's all we were waiting on.
Group 4 reporting. Confirmed.
Group
Yeah.
4 reinforced.
On
Right,
our way.
move all of them to the front.
Engaging. Docking signal green.
Group
Start
5
moving larger fleet elements forward. Easy. See? This is already going better.
Mothership underway.
There is a resourcing operation available here.
No problem.
Stick them there.
locked in. Ready.
For the resource collectors to get on with it. Make sure the carriers stay up with the front.
Order confirmed. Moving to destination. Group 5 on our way. Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 4
And just make sure that the actually I'm going to put the flak frigates on aggressive, to be fair, so they lunge forward and keep dealing with the enemy
Group 1 reporting. Group 4 reporting.
as the actual larger war fleet gets going. And the
3 under attack.
we are going to need to
Group
keep
4 reports
we
enemy
are
contact.
going to need to keep refitting
You are clear to dock.
the interceptors regularly because they tend to die off quite quickly because well they are the smallest and most vulnerable ships in the fleet.
Group 4 copies.
But we are sallying forth to the actual command station is the plan.
En route. Moving while engaging.
Move fleet elements over here.
Course set. Moving while engaging. Group
Make sure the larger fleet elements keep up. The shipyard will take a while to keep up with us, unfortunately.
Mothership
I'm going to tell this one to pal around with one of the battle cruisers.
Group 5 reporting. Strike group under enemy attack.
Okay, that's a lot of gun platforms.
Group 3 reports enemy
I'm going to pull Group 2 back, keep Group 3 where it is.
2 copies.
Go away, cat.
Strike group moving into
I'm just like busy in it.
Group 1
I'll give you all the cuddles in a minute, but for the moment, give me a sec.
Group 2 under attack.
I say,
Group 1 under attack.
would it, yes, the torpedo frigates actually doing their job and being anti-corvette.
4 under attack. Group 1
Is
reports
he?
victory. Destroyed.
Oh, that's a battle cruiser.
Group 4 reports enemy
Pull off, pull
contact.
off.
engage capital ship. Reporting. Understood.
Group
I'm actually going to
4
send all of
under
Group
attack.
4 over that way because, as you can see, the battle cruisers have chosen to be tardy.
Maneuver confirmed.
To the point where I'm probably just going to keep the battle cruisers on, like, permanent evasive mode, so just so that they have a bit more speed about them.
Group 4
Just look at that.
enemy contact. Group 3 reports victory.
Just mean.
Engineering reports damage.
Pull them back.
Group 1 standing by.
Grab
Torpedo
you
frigate
three.
under heavy fire. Acknowledged.
I'm uninterested in losing a destroyer this early on, so you go back there.
Group 2
Pull the
under
pull the
attack.
carriers off with them.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Green line confirmed. Roger. Engage capital ship. Reporting.
I want. There's a your job is
Attacking
actually
capital ship.
tackle the
Group 2 reports
Tackle
enemy
that.
contact.
lost the torpedo frigate already.
4 under attack.
Group 4
It
reporting.
would appear Vega battle cruisers have this kind of mass driver weapon, whereas we have this massive ion cannon array for ours.
I can feel the presence of the third corps.
There it is,
Khan is coming.
naturally.
Mothership
So now that the battle cruisers are actually up in the front, we can actually bring the rest of the fleet forward. Is Big Man actually arriving, is he? He has brought his
I
mothership.
see you have acquired the Bentusi core. Well done. Surrender the cores to me now, and you will be spared. There can be only one Sajuka.
Right, so we're going full Highlander mode, are we? I believe I just saw their battlecruiser just go pop.
Makan's flagship is within striking distance. It must be eliminated.
And we've got our own damaged battlecruiser now, so now the rest of the fleet needs to surge forward.
Repairs initiated.
Quicker, like sooner rather than later, please.
Defeated the enemy. Group 4 under attack.
Because these battlecruisers take a while to build, and I am uninterested in rebuilding them.
Getting banged around here.
Group 4
So
reports
you,
enemy
yeah,
contact.
so
4.
this destroyer is already being repaired because it already took a few mass driver rounds.
Standing by. Supporting friendly units.
And seeing as we are now in
Reports enemy contact. Group 5 reports enemy contact.
actual,
Group
like,
4
fully
under attack.
committed combat now.
Group
We actually have to
5
start rebuilding forces as and when we lose them.
Underway.
Group 1 reporting.
Group 3 under attack.
There you go, those
4 copies.
Those resource collectors are now actually repairing the battlecruiser.
Reports enemy contact.
Pursuing target. Status report.
Group 4 under attack.
Everybody goes to everyone goes to power to weapons now.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Drawing light fire.
Mothership fighter facility under attack. Group 3
Put yourself. I have no idea to which you are. Oh, help! I see. the moment I click the button, I forget.
contact.
Resource collector under attack.
Group 4
Okay, slight problem with the new coloration. I can't quite tell Vega Strikecraft apart from our Strikecraft,
torpedo frigate complete.
except for the fact that theirs are all on fire and ours are not.
Orders. Group 1 docking with carrier. Group 4.
Yeah, so that one is actually being fixed by only 2 resource collectors I see now.
4 reports victory.
And the battlecruiser is also being repaired. I mean, so long as it's constantly being repaired, I don't really have an issue with it. As we still have 2 others, so they should be able to soak up a lot of the damage.
Docking signal green. Group 3 reporting.
And group moves forward, including the incredibly fucking slow,
Underway. Frigate under attack.
Move
order confirmed.
Dreadnought.
Group 4 under
Mothership
attack.
is doing as she will,
4 standing by.
and the shipyard is present.
Group 4 reports enemy
Probably
contact.
actually move group 2 forward as well.
Destination locked in. Strike group
Cruisers.
coordinates locked in.
Group
Speak English.
5 under attack. Battlecruiser under attack.
Friendlies under fire.
You know, we do actually have the super heavies now. It only lets me have 3, so I built 3.
Under attack.
'Cause that's what I want.
Torpedo frigate under attack.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Stay on top of them. Target.
under attack. Group 5
More
under
laser
attack.
corvettes. I mean, they do like to just throw all of the corvettes at you, which really annoys the fuck out of me.
Group 4
Luckily, you know,
Engage all
our corvettes are effective against theirs.
Group 4 under attack. Group 2 reports victory. Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Strike group moving into position.
Group 4 reports enemy
Yeah,
contact.
well, obviously it means battle cruiser. Obviously.
Group 5 has defeated the enemy. Group 4 under attack.
Understood. Moving to destination.
Oh, two destroyers headed over that way. Right.
Group 4 reporting.
He's got something out this way, so unless he's literally just doing this sort of movement here. I mean, Makan is there, so and he is going straight for my mothership as well.
Moving to destination.
So I think I've just got to keep the mothership up with the main fleet.
Mothership. Mothership underway.
Group 1. Strike group core.
There just seem to be these weird, random formations of strike craft out this way,
Contact.
Group 4.
for like reasons.
All stations reporting by the numbers.
Group 4
Yeah, they are definitely coming in from like this
The
angle,
mothership is taking
with like
right
long
hand
pancakes, a
fire.
little bit.
You're looking
I mean,
fine.
Guidance failure.
I mean, their main weapon are these great big ion cannons that are mounted on either side,
The mothership
and
is receiving light
they
fire.
they do in fact just shred everything.
Mothership corvette
This is why I have all the pulsar gunships, because frigates are just dealt with. Burritos even, I would say more of like a
under light attack.
really long,
level 2.
like a
Contact confirmed.
really long, not enchilada. What's the quesadilla? Like a really long section of a quesadilla is what they are.
Group 4 has defeated the enemy.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Heading set. Strike group receiving fire.
Now everybody reset.
Confirmed. Group 3 copies. Underway. Group 1 reporting. Docking with carrier.
We really
Strike
just got to
group
keep the.
coordinates locked in. Strike group moving into position.
I don't know why he's not in the
2
group.
copies. Group 4. Reporting.
Group 4
And now we just
reinforced.
reset. I think the shipyard will slowly keep up with us. Keyword slowly.
Sector 6. Frigate under attack.
Group 4 reports enemy contact. Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 reporting.
Everybody's still on aggressive space kebabs?
Group
Yeah, a little
3
bit.
reports enemy contact.
Supporting friendly units.
The impression that I'm getting is that you are hungry, Justin, and to be fair, so am I.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
God. Yeah, that's really what I want to prevent. After that last mission, I am uninterested in the prospect of
Attack.
being covered in strike fighters again.
Reports victory.
Strike group under enemy attack. Supporting friendly
So
units.
Makan's behind it, and Vega Command Station is there.
Mothership. Group 1 has defeated
Seeing as the
enemy.
Dreadnought is in fact
Group 4
very slow.
reports Enemy contact. Mothership underway.
Looking good. Stay tight.
They have yet to lose anything major.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
So there are a couple of destroyers ahead, so I'm actually going to pull Group 2 back,
2 copies.
send them into one of the carriers.
Position.
And with Group 1, because I need to kind of keep them. I just ate 2 crepes. Ooh, nice. People like crepes. And we've more than enough to handle the paltry amount of strike craft and corvettes coming in. We've got more than enough fire to deal with it.
Ion cannon frigate heavily damaged.
And thanks to the battle cruisers, we can in fact just kind of
Group 4
deal with what's in front of us.
What's our damage?
As well as, you know, the 6 destroyers that I've got that are just being an issue. Yeah, we're losing flak frigates pretty quickly.
reports victory. Group 4 under attack.
I'll get the mothership on there.
Frigate lost.
There she goes.
Production underway.
Group 4 reporting.
Group 4
These elements of Group 4 can get back. I kind of want the battle cruisers in the front
Destination locked in.
because their ion cannons are actually monstrous.
Group 4 under attack. Group 3 under attack.
I've only lost 3 frigates. I don't know what the other one could have been. I think it was an ion cannon.
Damage. Strike group
What I mean, like,
opening fire.
there's a destroyers I'm actually wrecking there, so
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
I'd say this is going pretty well.
Guidance failure. We're losing control. Group 1 reporting.
Give me one of the carriers, please.
Group 4 standing by.
Make another ion cannon, please.
Pursuing targets.
Got to keep that logistics up. Got to keep the production up.
Flak
Otherwise,
complete.
I will start really encountering some problems.
Destroyed.
Group 1.
That'll be a resource collector that was on
Frigate.
repair duty.
We're drawing heavy fire.
But it wasn't one of the ones repairing the battle cruiser, so I largely don't care.
It's here.
There's a carrier over there.
Here. We've got enemy contact. Under attack. What's the call? Strike group receiving fire.
So really, it's these.
Strike group under
See,
enemy
I mean, the amount of
attack.
damage that these battle cruisers do is really mean.
Strike
Oh, there's a carrier here too.
group contact.
Ion cannon frigate.
I feel like I am kind of bullying my way past everyone.
Defeated the enemy.
Friendlies under fire.
Okay.
Moving
Interceptors are getting a little bit ragged, so let's pull them back.
in. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 4 copies. Group 3 standing by. Strike group reports hostile contact.
I've lost 3 torpedo frigates.
Group 1 copies.
Mother.
Make sure they get queued.
Strike group receiving fire.
Group 3 under
There's
attack.
2 more ion cannon frigates.
Frigate lost.
Another.
Under fire. Moving in.
Yeah, the frigates tend to die pretty quick, unfortunately.
Ready. Group 4 standing by.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Pull this lot back before they really start having problems.
Group 4 copies. Strike group locked in. Strike group moving into position.
Let's take more of a defensive footing for just a moment.
2 under attack.
Combat
The Protean are most crazy to play with at 25%. Okay, so
Group 2 reports
How?
enemy contact.
Group 4.
Group 4 under attack.
Group 4 copies. Standing by.
because we do actually want this to be like a
Reports
winnable
enemy
fight.
contact. Torpedo frigate complete.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 1
Okay, that's the
reports
defense
victory.
field.
Battle cruiser under attack.
Group 4 copies. En route.
Get
Move
back,
well
you lot.
engaging.
Bloody
En
mad
route.
people.
On our way. Group 4 reporting.
There you go. Group 2 is now refitting.
Group 1 standing by. Resource collector awaiting instructions. Group 4.
Make sure they move
Torpedo
out that
frigate
way.
under attack.
We just need...
Group 4 under attack.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
I've said this before, Justin. The only crisis I've ever actually fought to completion was the Unbidden.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Group 1 copy.
These interceptors just have sheer black Air Force energy. They really do.
Good. Stay tight.
Group 1 under attack.
I can be a Northern Protean Scourge myself without losing a single ship. But here's the thing, I don't actually know. I've not played against the Protean Scourge.
Reports enemy contact.
Status report.
Group 4 under attack.
Group 2 standing by.
All the crisis is pretty much equal. Really?
Group 4.
I would have thought some would have been harder than others.
Order confirmed.
Otherwise,
Friendlies
like,
under fire. Moving in. Group 4 copies. Roger.
Group 4
we're still missing
reinforced.
3.
Light fire confirmed.
They should be like,
3 under attack.
they should be the ion cannons.
Hostile contact. Heavy fire confirmed. We've got enemy contact.
No, I think the Unbidden were weak to, I want to say lasers, I think it was.
Group 4 copies.
Group 4 under attack. Group 4 reports victory.
Trying to remember which larger ships to kill. Yeah, that's how I got the Unbidden in the end. I just picked up what they were weak to and then just maxed that. Unbidden have no armor. Nah,
Group
see.
3 reports enemy contact.
If they have no armor, then
Enemy
any
contact.
shields and all. So yeah, you just get things that side through shields. Yeah, so missiles. I can't remember exactly what weapon it was, but that is how I ended up doing it.
Hit. Damage report.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Group 3 copies. Ready.
Group
That is
3
all of them. So we are actually missing a flak frigate, so let's reduce that.
Roger. Engaging targets of opportunity. Enemy destroyed.
Let's tell the fleet to surge forward in that case.
Need new orders. Moving while engaged.
So
Group 1
interceptors are currently refitting.
1 reporting.
Group 3 under attack.
Group 3.
But the
Order confirmed. On our way.
battle cruisers are actually at full health now.
4 under attack.
He's not. No, okay. I was wondering which one.
Copies. Confirmed.
Ion cannon frigate complete. Group 4 reports enemy contact.
And yet, to be fair, like these pulsars are actually fairly mean.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 reporting.
I'm actually going to tell these two to kind of boogie in this general direction.
Flak
Kind of be
frigate
ready for tackling this.
Frigate under
So
attack.
we've still got quite a bit to get through.
This is a cakewalk. This is a cakewalk.
This is very slowly
Will be
Under
required
attack.
rolling
to
forward.
extract
Ready.
Captain Soban.
Yeah, see, that's what I was betting.
Must safely dock with the Vega Command Station.
See, that's kind of what I saw coming.
4 reports enemy contact.
Group 2 reporting. Strike group receiving fire. Drawing heavy fire. Docking with carrier.
Back. Where are the...
Group
Where are those
4
flank
under
frigates?
attack.
Go up. Still Group 3.
Under attack.
Group 3 standing by. Strike group under enemy attack. Green line confirmed.
Apparently I've lost some amount of interceptors.
Group
There
4
there is a
reports enemy
battle cruiser
contact.
behind.
While engaging. Strike group
I want to move
locked
move
in.
the fleet in range for that.
Heavy fire confirmed. Standing by.
They have no shields. I see, so you just go with stuff that bypasses armor. So
Under attack.
I think that's,
Strike group under enemy attack.
if I remember correctly, that is the mass driver weapons. And contingency has weak hull, so you just go with things that have that bypass and good for hull damage, I suppose.
Stay with me now. You are clear to proceed.
Group 5 5 reports enemy contact. Group 4 reports
Sure, there'll be
enemy
missiles again,
contact.
right? I think it's missiles bypass shields. Ah, but I think they get deflected by armor.
Hostile contact. Withdrawing heavy fire.
I'm trying to remember what it all is. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's like lasers bypass armor,
Interceptor squadron.
missiles bypass shields,
Defeated the enemy. Group 4 reports enemy contact.
or at least do increase damage to armor, should I say?
Group 4 under attack.
Yeah, okay, your tail is huge and therefore not a fantastic window.
I'm taking hits here. Strike group reports hostile contact. Cabin pressure.
There goes the shipyard.
Group receiving fire. Group 4 reporting.
It's just the rest we got to deal with now.
Resource collector lost.
Strike group under enemy attack.
And that'll be the one of the repair ones.
Under attack.
Mothership.
So I just want this battlecruiser dead currently. It's the biggest threat in the... I was about to say in the water, but
Taking
not
heavy
quite.
damage. Guidance failure. We're losing control. Hull breach. Hull breach.
Group 3 under attack.
There we go. That's it. Cook him.
Frigate lost.
Whereas these two are currently way the fuck over that way.
Supporting friendly units. Guidance failure.
I mean, the dreadnought is now within range, so...
Frigate lost.
Ion frigate under attack.
Yeah, anytime you come up against a battlecruiser, you're just gonna lose frigates, unfortunately.
Group 2 reporting. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 1 under
I want them
attack.
to come back and refit. I've lost a corvette group, so quickly
Group 1
rebuild that.
Reinforced.
Lost a few frigates, most of them flak, so I'm largely apathetic.
Drawing heavy fire. Group 2 reporting. Frigate under
No,
attack.
not waypoint at full.
Green. Strike group reports hostile contact. Waypoint confirmed.
Coming up.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 copies.
Make sure the mothership keeps moving forward.
Standing by. Moving to destination.
Mothership underway.
Reporting.
Tell them to
Escort
quickly
pattern
come
locked
grab
in.
all of this.
Collection confirmed.
I'm going to need more resource collectors after this.
Reporting friendly units.
Group 5 under attack. Pulsar gunship squadron.
That's all dead.
Group 4 under attack.
So now we just need to clean up the... Now we just need to clean up various resource and strike group elements, and we'll be all right. Hardest mission in the game.
Combat
I think whoever wrote that list wasn't trying very hard.
Confirmed. Coordinates confirmed. Combat maneuver confirmed. Group 5 ready.
Give me
Ready.
2 ion cannons
Engaging
each,
targets of opportunity. Strike group
and then
under enemy attack.
a flak frigate, and that should shore us up for the moment.
Mothership. Production underway.
Kind of like
Confirmed.
pull the fleet back together again.
Group 4 reports enemy contact. Group 2
Right, we have a
defeated the
marine
enemy.
frigate. Let's send them in to go get our boy.
Group 4 under attack.
Guess what? You actually get to go do your job for once.
Stand by for insertion. Standing
We've not
by.
had that in a little while.
Group 4.
Group 4
That's a
reports
destroyer.
enemy contact.
Group 4 copy.
Bit out that he'd just send a lone destroyer, considering the
Ion
wall of guns I've currently got floating. I think
flak frigate.
it is kind of getting melted.
Torpedo frigate complete.
I know when I built a torpedo frigate, I must have accidentally built a torpedo frigate rather than a
Reports
flak frigate.
victory.
Group
I
3
mean,
standing
either
by.
way,
Breach and starboard field
I'm
chamber.
gonna lose much sleep.
Standing by. What's our damage?
Group 3 reinforced.
Copy.
Seeing as a couple of the ion cannon frigates are looking a bit ropey.
En route. Group 4 reporting. Group 2. Strike group moving into position. Strike group
Okay, so
coordinates
they're
locked
panning around with the mothership at the
Ion
minute.
cannon frigate complete.
in. Strike group coordinates
Khan
locked
has
in.
moved well within range here.
Group 4 copies. Destination locked in.
So we're going to
Destination
position
locked in.
ourselves to
On
deal
our
with
way. En
Macan.
route. Group 4.
Unfortunately, a lot of the really big ships are behind.
Torpedo frigate complete.
So we're going to go to evasive.
Group 4 copies. Copy. Ready.
Group 4 reinforced.
Move order confirmed. Group 3. Marine frigate under attack.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Yeah, of course it is.
Copies.
Where are the flak frigates?
Group 4 reinforced.
You are Group 3. Get up to the front, you.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 3 assigned.
Marine
I'm going to send Group 1 to go help them.
under attack. Docking signal green. Group 4 reporting. Attack run initiated.
Whilst the actual big guns slowly saunter up to the line to help deal with Macan.
Confirmed.
Give them something to chew on for the short term.
Combat maneuver confirmed. Group 1 copies. Strike group moving into position. Group 3 reporting.
I'm going to pull them in with that.
Fire. Destination locked in. Group
And
1
the interceptors can come in from the side whilst the corvettes roll up.
Finish this. Group 4. 4 copies. Group 3
There we go.
reporting.
Now that we're actually together, let's actually go in for them.
Group 3 reports enemy contact. Group
Make sure
4
everyone's got
under
weapon
attack.
power to weapons, and we should be aight.
Heavy fire.
But no, for real, I'm actually looking forward to the Stellaris MP. I think everyone is at this point. I see those frigates decided to kamikaze their way in.
Rescue operation successful, fleet. Thanks for breaking me out of there. I left them a little going away present to remember.
Oh, sweet, we don't have to deal with this great big fucking obstacle anymore. I mean, anything that costs Makan money, right?
Captain Soban must be protected. Send escorts immediately.
Group 4 has defeated the enemy.
We'll send Soban straight back to the Pride of Higara. Somehow, I don't think he's going to have much to resist me with.
Group 4 standing by. Move attack
Yeah.
confirmed.
Everybody on aggressive, not on passive. Fuck me.
Fire will.
Fuck.
Group 2 copies.
Okay, so the
Strike group moving into position.
fighter's getting a bit ropey. That I don't like.
We're drawing heavy fire.
Frigate lost.
Make sure they keep up.
Group coordinates locked in. Reading contact. Standing by.
He's still floating a good number of destroyers, is the worry.
Group 1 under attack.
Ah, keep punching my fucking microphone.
Hearing reports damage.
Frigate lost.
So everyone just focus fire on Makan, I think. Just get him out the way.
Makan
Is he dead?
is fleeing.
Oh, naturally.
Flagship has sustained heavy damage. It is initiating.
I just love the fucking beam of light that just comes through and just melts everything it touches. It's glorious.
Damage report.
Frigate lost.
Group 2.
Go
Capital
refit,
ship
you
locked
fools.
in. Group 1. Docking with mothership. Group 2 reporting.
Just hit the damn thing. It's a ship.
Locked in.
Carriers are fun, carriers are fun.
Reports damage. Group 5 reporting. You are clear to dock.
Ah, it's beautiful, ain't it?
Lost. Group 4 reports.
I do enjoy how they give you this option as well to
Captain Soban is aboard the mothership.
Soban
To,
is being debriefed.
turn off all of the HUD elements and just be cinematic.
Vader.
Easy. Hardest fucking mission in the
Information
game.
supplied by Captain
He just didn't have enough
Soban
guns.
indicates Makan is heading for Balcora Gate. We must not allow Makan to escape.
Okay, lasers do less to shields but more to armor. Mass drivers do less to armor but more to shields. Plasma does just lasers but extra. Okay, so plasma is the same as lasers, just more. Shield decrease on damage included. Autocannons do more to shields but less to hull, and hull but less to armor. Missiles and torps completely bypass shields, with the latter also doing extra to armor. And lastly, phase disruptors do 100% extra to both that armor and shields. Right, also fighters bypass shields, they do. Yeah, so really you just pick the weapons that are best for you. I mean, the way it wants you to do it is to do the same to other empires, but, you know,
A massive black hole
that relies on you
cluster
having
in the center
perfect
of the
intel on what their
galaxy.
ships are doing. And
The
if you're
vast
smart, you'll just have
gravity well of the
equal
black
everything.
holes prevents all hyperspace activity within a 500 light-year radius. However, there is a way into this inhospitable region of space. A progenitor hyperspace gate is located just outside the exclusion zone.
So, you're telling me...
This is the gate of Balcora, the path to Sejuk.
Sweet. So, literal space hell, and there's a gate to it. Nice. On the other side is God. Right. Well, he's headed there, even though I've just
You have done well,
gotten done kicking his ass.
but I'm afraid you are too late. The Bentusi foresaw this. Sejuk will be mine.
Feels like catch that one.
my
Alright.
destiny,
Have fun
and
grilling.
yours.
Dude, Lucy's done it. Like, no one everybody says they just want to grill for God's sake. Lucy's done it, man. Like, have fun. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. But go feast on meat until you are fat and happy. God, I want a grill now. We'll see how much it is to buy a grill. It's Easter weekend, right? People have got to be selling them. If I got to wreck his destroyer, he's got 3 battle cruisers present, which means I'm going to lose something.
Makan has used a progenitor dreadnought to open Balcora Gate. Beyond lies Sejuk, the Great Maker.
This we knew.
The Vega are concentrating fire on 3 power subsystems located here. We must stop them before they disable the gate.
Join the grill game. I love grilling. Don't get me wrong, I just don't have much opportunity to do it. Just make sure there's no research going. And my fleet is short a few frigates, but nothing particularly harsh. But no, I think it's just short flat frigates, honestly. But we'll just tell the shipyard and the mothership to produce them.
Production underway.
Right, let's not waste much time. Let's get in there.
Moving while engaging. Coordinates.
We lost 2 sets of interceptors. We need to replace those.
Reporting. Group 1.
We'll get the
All hostiles.
carriers on that.
New heading set. Torpedo frigate under
So Captain Soban is
5 reports enemy
a
contact.
even better marine frigate. Right.
That's all of them. Ready for orders. Roger.
All right.
Resource collector awaiting instructions.
Got the propane grill. Do you have propane and propane accessories?
Awaiting orders. Guard
I don't know why it took me this long to realize. Justin is just Hank Hill.
5 under attack.
Copy. Assembly underway.
All right, focus fire on 1 at a time.
Flak frigate.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battle cruisers. This is going to hurt.
Requesting orders.
Group 1 reports victory. Group 1 reports
So long
enemy
as we
contact.
can marshal the fleet together. Yeah, see, that's why it's going to hurt. All right,
Reporting. Moving
pull
while
him
engaging.
back, get him
Combat
repaired.
order Confirmed. Standing by. Copy. Repair order confirmed. Group 4 reporting.
Interceptor squad.
It is a case of how quickly can I get the Dreadnought into the fight.
Target acquired. Moving while engaging.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Strike
Yeah,
group
look
under
at how much that fucking hurts.
Capital ship.
Flak frigate complete.
There we go.
Group 1 under attack.
That's
Group
1
4
down,
reports victory.
and we've managed to rescue our own.
Engage capital ship.
Okay, there goes the other one. Pull him back then.
Acknowledged. Combat maneuver confirmed.
This is the annoying part because he's got 5 and I can only have 3,
Personnel. Code red.
which means inevitably we're going to lose battle cruisers.
Confirmed. Strike group report.
Means the moment I get the chance, I'm going to immediately queue the next one.
Enemy attack. Strike group receiving fire.
Mothership.
I was predicting this one to hurt quite a bit.
Production underway.
Strike group receiving fire.
Okay, just kill it. Just kill it. Right, there we go.
Complete.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
That's 2 down, so it's currently 2 battle cruisers lost to 1 at the minute.
What's the call? Strike group receiving fire. What's our damage?
It really is just a case of how quickly can the Dreadnought fire.
Drawing heavy fire. Guidance failure. We're losing control.
Destroyer down.
What's our damage?
Okay, that's 6 battle cruisers for him.
Strike group under enemy attack. Strike
Another
group under enemy
another battle cruiser dead.
Gates power generators. According to the data provided by the Oracle, at least 1 generator must remain intact for the gate to function.
Yeah. Ain't about a bitch.
Destroyer lost.
Yeah, I'm aware.
receiving fire.
Production underway.
That's,
Group 4. Ion frigate under attack.
I mean, that's 3 to 2 at the minute.
Moving while engaging. Subsystem target acquired. Stabilizers.
Oh, you can just get that ship from the gas station. Yeah, we're the same.
Underway.
Alright.
Group 4 copies. Group 4. Stabilizers offline. Strike group receiving fire.
It's just about getting that propane and those propane accessories.
Designated.
Group 2.
This is
All
fucking
personnel.
mean, dude.
Code red.
Vega
Strike
shipyard
group reports
detected.
hostile contact.
It must be destroyed to prevent the Vega from launching further attacks on the gate.
I am fucking aware there's just a lot of shit. In fact, to the point
Strike group under.
where I am actually going to try this from another angle. Literally, from another angle. There's like no easy way to kill battle cruisers other than with your own battle cruisers, which you are guaranteed to take some amount of damage on. It's like they immediately are just like right in front of us. Yet curiously, I don't see any battle cruisers this time, though they could just be just past the point of detection.
Makan has used a progenitor dreadnought to open Balcora Gate. Beyond
Group 4.
lies Sejuk, the Great Maker.
Moving to destination.
Start rolling people up.
The Vega are concentrating fire on 3 power.
I'm fully aware. Right, let's get this done. Right, instead, I'm going to tell you to max out resource collections. I need you. Give me a couple of probes.
Production underway.
I need a probe and a
Production underway.
just
Group 4.
make good
report
shit.
enemy contact.
Group 4 reporting.
That's curious. It's not sending 6 battle cruisers at me this time.
Pursuing target.
I think that's what they've been talking about with that. What I read up with that
Strike group coordinates.
adaptable difficulty in that, because if you look this time, last time they threw 6, count them, 6 battle cruisers at me, twice the number I can actually have in my fleet.
Carrier under attack.
Whereas this time there's only 3 of them, which is far more manageable.
Group 3. Group 4.
Proximity sensor
I'm just gonna
complete.
tell him to move forward.
Engaging. Moving while engaging. Moving while engaging.
Moving the sensor distortion ahead, proximity sensor ahead,
Light enemy fire. Probe away.
just to kind of have them there,
Under enemy attack. Group 4 reporting.
and then that's the.
Group 2 reports
Baker
enemy
shipyard
contact.
Don't scale the ships. Oh, do you mean the
Must be destroyed.
I think I know the mod you mean actually.
Further attacks on the gate.
Yeah, it's just like it literally just takes the same ships but just makes them a bit smaller. I think I'd play with that same mod actually. So yeah, no, that's fine.
Underway. Ready. Berths are clear.
Carrier under attack.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Ship. Group 1 reports enemy contact. Probe.
It just makes the ships look not quite as like gargantuan compared to this round. Okay, hang on.
Coordinates confirmed.
That's 4. That's 4 battle cruisers. But nowhere near as much chaff this time. And he's got a carrier there, but manageable, provided I can get the dreadnought to the front first.
Copy.
I'm actually going to pull these lot off first.
Destination locked in. On our way. Group 3 copies.
Sensors indicate heavy damage to the gate's power generators.
Uh-huh.
According to the data provided by the Oracle, at least 1 generator must remain intact for the gate to function.
You are going for that one. You guys go
Air
for
order
this one.
confirmed. Group 4 copies. Acknowledged. Move order confirmed. Group 4 standing by.
Yeah, that's 4 of them.
Resource collector complete.
Roger. Course.
Well, the original abandoned, but there's an update. Okay, good.
Reporting.
So we'll go with the updated one then.
Group 4. Roger.
I want
Destination
the
locked
dreadnought to go
in.
first,
Confirmed.
because it is by far my toughest ship.
Locked in.
So the cat thinks she's sly by trying to get onto my lap via a different,
Engage captain.
like, literal angle of approach.
Flat frigate complete.
To the point where she'll jump up onto my lap, and then she'll jump up onto my desk, do a circuit of all my monitors, and then try to get onto my lap, which is just cat.
Resource collector complete.
Group 1 reporting.
You're not sly, I know your tactic.
Moving into position. Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group moving into position.
Alright, everybody goes in.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Engage
Because all it was is I wanted the, I need the dreadnought to be up front.
Group 4 standing by. Roger. Group 4 copies.
Everybody on aggressive.
Resource collector standing by.
Destroyer under attack.
Supporting friendly units.
Flak frigate complete.
There we go, that's
Resource
what I need.
collector complete.
I mean, one of the battle cruisers has actually backed off, which was a highly inadvisable move.
Drawing heavy fire.
So the plan here is literally just focus fire down the enemy. Look at that.
Destroyer taking heavy damage.
If they do the same to me, they can wipe a destroyer out in one. Luckily, I can replace destroyers relatively quickly, at least relative to other battle cruisers.
Strike group under enemy attack.
All the
Frigate.
2 of the battle cruisers aren't even in the fight yet. That's the problem.
Resource collector complete.
Ion frigate under attack.
Okay, there goes one of his.
Starboard fusion chamber. Cabin pressure.
That's
dropping.
33% of his effective firepower dead.
Ready.
The Baker have destroyed 1 power generator.
And you guys kind of not just keep floating around being unhelpful. I need you to be forward. You guys have the second most powerful guns in the fleet. I kind of need you to be ahead. Keep an eye on my destroyer count. Still at 5, and we are replacing the 6th, so that's fine.
No damage.
I usually don't play with it because play with redone shit. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Frigate lost.
I'd say multiplayer UI mods are actually fine because if it just makes the UI look how you want it to look, then you know, who cares?
Guidance failure. We're losing control. Standing by. Moving to destination.
I mean, this is going to be another ouchy one for the frigates, but I can live with it. I mean, we're also losing a lot of interceptors, but again,
Frigate under attack.
level of worried is approaching 0.
Acknowledged. Strike group receiving fire.
I really don't like how it just defaults to whatever you had selected last rather than what you currently got selected. When you have lots of construction ships like this, it gets a bit difficult. There's 3 more. Okay.
Frigate lost.
Strike group reports hostile contact. Supporting friendly
So he still has 6
order confirmed. Standing
6
by.
battle cruisers, but they weren't all at the same time.
Group 4
Look,
reports
he is.
victory.
Strike group
He
under
might need a model too. Well, we were just talking about it, so now it's the time to bring it up.
Frigate lost.
Group 2 copies.
Interceptor squadron complete. Mothership underway.
Now, this becomes the problem because what we really need is this dreadnought to be up in the front.
Moving while engaging.
Group 4 under attack.
Seeing as it has the best burst damage of the fleet.
Strike group under enemy attack.
There we go. All I wanted was for the fleet to get, for the bigger elements of the fleet to get a little bit more forward.
What's our damage?
Frigate
Brace of visions and this. And I say, if it's just visual stuff, then it's just a big case of who cares, you know?
Offline. Hit. Damage
There's the
reported.
replacement destroyer. Let's get him out front.
Marine frigate under attack.
I mean, it's not a huge amount of damage, but no, I'd say it's about 1/6 of his health in one.
Marine frigate heavily damaged. All personnel, code red.
frigate lost.
Speaking of which, where is Captain Soban?
Group 4
Okay, he's there.
standing
Good.
by.
I want him just suddenly getting a bit duro and dying.
Taking damage, please.
Moving while engaging. Strike group
And then here's his horde of
moving in.
4
frigates.
reports enemy contact.
Friendlies under fire.
He just backed two of his
4 under
bloody
attack.
battle cruisers off, which is weird. Especially considering his battle cruisers have to be front facing in order to be effective.
Combat maneuver confirmed. Move attack
Keep moving them forward.
4 copies.
Need to make sure that these guys are continually producing ion cannons, and it is ion cannons because, well,
Frigate
we are
lost.
up against
Production underway.
lots of capital ships.
Destination. Torpedo frigate under attack. Torpedo frigate under heavy fire. We're drawing
And-
heavy fire.
Frigate
Give me
lost.
the other carrier.
Fully underway. Under attack. What's the call?
There you go, ion cannons. There we go.
Damage report. Cabin pressure dropping. Berths are clear. Assembly
If we can
underway.
quickly melt this battle cruiser, that should make life a little easier. Also, you guys have sauntered right in range of the
Reporting.
enemy battle cruisers, so you know, no wonder you're dying.
Moving while engaging. Group 4 reporting.
Destroyer
That's,
lost.
that's predictable. That's another battle cruiser done. So we kind of just need to finish off the horde of assault frigates are in our way.
Ion cannon frigate.
Although the rest of the fleet seems to be focused more on cat, please,
Destroyer lost.
more on the
Coordinates locked in. Engaging target.
mass of
Mothership.
come on, please, on the battle cruisers behind them, which I get being worried about, but even so.
Group 4 standing by. Group 4
But again, they're just frigates. You can kill them relatively quickly.
taking heavy damage. What's our damage?
Destroyer lost. Resource
Look,
collector.
that's basically, I think that's every one of our destroyers now. And we've only got the big ships left.
Standing by. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Also, do we actually have any of those resource collectors left? Why do we still have the 8 that I sent originally left?
Starboard fusion chamber. Copy.
Go heal him, please.
Repairs initiated. Group 4 copies. Group 4 reporting. I'm taking hits here.
Okay.
Strike
The
group receiving
mothership that wants to only be producing destroyers.
Frigate complete.
Things we also have, you know, the money for it.
Production underway.
Group 4 reporting. Attacking capital ship. Breach in starboard.
So we can make the carriers the
Roger.
Frigate
again.
lost.
Give me the fucking. No, there we go. So the carriers can be the
Under enemy attack.
frigate production facilities.
Frigate lost. The gate has lost a second generator.
Strike group reports
The
hostile
last power
contact.
subsystem must survive.
There's not much way I can kind of help that.
Drawing heavy fire. Stabilizers offline. Hit.
I kind of can't get down there fast enough.
Frigate lost.
Cabin pressure dropping. You're looking for
Right, it's going to make me do it this way, isn't it? Going to make me. It wants me to take the fight against the battle cruisers. It wants me to do that. What I should be doing is ignoring them entirely and going straight for the gate. I mean, it gives me 6 of them to deal with. It also makes me approach from an odd angle, which I don't like.
destination locked in. On our way.
Mothership.
Makan has used a
Mothership
progenitor
underway.
dreadnought to
So everybody
open
heads in the same
rival
direction.
Acknowledged. Green line
Beyond
confirmed.
lies the
Group
Juke,
4
the
copies.
great maker.
Yeah, so look.
The Vega are
Travel. Wow, I see.
concentrating fire on 3 power
Human robots is
subsystems
visual.
located
Human robots is visual, but that one's optional for me. Yeah, I say that.
Stop them before
Kind of what
they
I wanted.
disable the gate.
Because like, who's to say like my robots don't look like? I mean, to be fair, the thing I wanted was
Group 4 copies.
the ability to use like the biological portraits for the for robots or machine races, because well, I was making a VTuber for God's sake.
Group 2 reporting.
Mothership.
Roger. Construction underway.
You're not
Group
building.
4 reports enemy contact.
You won't have anything to build shortly.
Assembly underway.
Torpedo frigates, many, please.
Light fire confirmed. Assembly underway.
Group 5 reports enemy contact. Carrier under
I mean, if
attack.
he's just going to immediately lunge forward, then
Under attack. Engage
quickly
all
spin around and
hostiles.
wipe out what's in front of us.
Resource collector awaiting orders.
Group 2 reports
They
enemy
are only frigates, they don't take much.
Prepare for assault.
The mothership is
you
receiving
go, see.
light fire. Group 5 under attack.
Moving while engaging.
Group 1 reports
It's more a case of getting the mothership out of the way first.
Locked in.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem. This is a cakewalk.
Mothership underway. Group
Wonder what
1
the hell he's
under
doing.
attack.
Pursuing targets.
Group 4 reports victory. Torpedo frigate complete.
Attack run initiated.
Interceptor
Make sure we-
squadron complete.
Keep people up like that.
Move order confirmed.
Then the interceptor's
Group 1
back.
copies. Strike group coordinates locked in.
What we need is to stay away from this lot.
Engaging targets of opportunity.
All stations reporting by the
Start
numbers.
sending him up that way.
Mothership.
Start sending him up that way.
Group 5 reports enemy
Yeah.
contact.
Standing by. Underway.
Group
An
4
enigmatic race
under
back.
attack.
None of these ships or cities, just one or two portraits per that are more or less
Group
shrouded, so they can't
reports enemy
easily
contact.
can't entirely.
Group 5
Oh, I see what you
under
mean. Yeah,
attack.
can't be seen entirely.
Targets.
Group 4 under attack. Group 1 has defeated the enemy. Torpedo frigate complete.
New heading.
Sensors indicate heavy damage to
attack
the gate's
confirmed.
power generators.
Mm-hmm.
According to the data provided by the Oracle, at least one generator must remain intact for the gate to function.
There they are.
Reporting.
Make sure they're with Group 4
reinforced.
and give them all the same order. Yes, it's a kitty. You can stay there, sitting, hovering, watching my mouse, but just not sitting on it. Okay,
Frigate under attack.
Group 2 under attack.
guys, you're attacking into it. You're not charging it. All right.
Reports enemy contact.
Moving while engaging.
Destroyer under attack.
Show no mercy.
Torpedo frigate complete.
I think we've just drawn the other fleet as well.
Fire. Group 2. Breach in starboard fusion chamber.
Frigate lost.
Holy shit!
Group 2 reports
Ah,
enemy
right.
contact.
More 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, I think that's a carrier. So that's
Destroyer
there's 2 of the battle cruisers that we were dealing with.
Under enemy attack.
Group 4 under attack.
Come over this way. Make sure he's building that new destroyer.
Mothership underway.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
Group 4
To be fair,
reports enemy
the pulsar gunships are kind of dealing with this frigate problem that we're having.
Torpedo frigate under attack. Strike group reports hostile contact.
There we go. See,
Engineering reports damage.
this is the key point. We kind of got to spoon them to death.
under attack.
Engaging targets of opportunity.
It's like he's got a lot of big ships.
Reports damage.
Don't know what I need to deal with.
Losing control.
Frigate lost.
Hit. Damage report.
All we need is to destroy these hordes of frigates, and then that kind of saves us from hitting the failure condition.
Torpedo frigate under attack. Strike group reports hostile contact.
But I would like to know why some ships feel the need to completely blow straight past the waypoint I gave them.
Torpedo frigate complete.
Vega
Yeah, I'm fully aware of the Vega shipyard.
Group 4 standing by. Torpedo frigate under heavy fire. All breach. All personnel, code red.
Frigate lost.
And that's that dealt with. So you guys just charge forward.
Roger. Attacking capital ship.
Once I bring
Receiving fire.
the rest of them forward.
The Vega have destroyed one
Mothership
power generator.
underway.
That'll be the one at the bottom.
At least one operational generator for the gate to function.
Oh, that destroyer's about to die, so shit.
Destroying the remaining generators at all costs. Bigger forces destroyed.
Cabin
One
pressure dropping.
generator is safe.
Production underway.
Mhm.
Power generator lost.
Hull breach. Hull
No,
breach.
see, you can still see two of them active, so it's not really that much of an issue.
Frigate lost.
Ready.
What I want you guys to do is kind of move more this way so that this slot don't get aggroed,
Under
please.
attack.
Please and or thank you.
Destroyer
See.
under attack.
Supporting
We've
friendly
still got most of the Corvette fleet moving, but you know,
docking with mothership.
most is not all.
Standing by.
Destroyer complete. Frigate lost.
Construction underway. Roger. Berths are clear. Construction underway.
We can do it.
We're reporting.
Slow going, but we can do it.
Attacking capital ship. Confirmed.
Group 4 reinforced. Torpedo frigate complete.
Attack vector laid in. Destroyer taking heavy damage.
Group 5
Yeah, that's
reports
one.
enemy contact. Group 4 has defeated the enemy. Destroyer lost.
Lovely.
Battle cruiser under attack.
Copy. Group 4 copies. Hull breach. Hull breach.
I'm
Attack
back
vector
everyone off, I
laid in.
think,
Docking signal green.
and bring them up out of the
Frigate lost.
battle cruiser's range.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Yeah, I've already cost them one. That's already a victory for me.
Ion frigate under attack. Hull breach. Hull breach.
Now we just need to deal with the rest of
Pulsar
what we've
gunship
got dealing with up here.
squadron complete.
We're drawing heavy fire.
Frigate lost.
It's just a mass of frigates that we need to deal with, unfortunately.
4 reports enemy contact.
This is looking good. Stay tight.
Battle cruiser under attack.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 4 under attack.
There's one there. This one's kind of defaulted over this way.
We're under fire.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Stabilizers offline.
Pulsar
And then that power generator is still safe,
Battleship locked in.
relatively speaking.
Frigate lost. Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Now I have lost
Hit. Damage
an
report.
awful lot of
Resource
frigates
collector awaiting orders.
Frigate lost.
Group 2.
in the pulsars after those two remaining frigates.
Let's stay calm.
Whilst the big boys deal with the battle cruisers. Yeah, so to be fair, I feel like they could have done a lot more with the necrotic
Pulsar gunship
For the-
squadron complete.
with the necrotic race packs. I feel.
Acknowledged. Group 4 reporting.
Pulsar gunship squadron
How's that one dealt with?
complete.
If these guys are just going to keep like sitting over there, then
Moving while engaging.
I'm just going to keep ignoring them,
Capital
frankly.
ship.
Destroyer complete.
Group 2 standing by. Confirmed.
Group 2 reinforced.
There we go.
Mr. Valve.
Bigger forces destroyed.
Enemy neutralized.
It's kind of what I was after.
Frigate lost.
Strike group moving into position.
What
Group
the
2
fuck are you
under
doing?
attack.
Strike
Get
group
back.
receiving Fire.
If
Standing
they
by.
drift too far one side, then they're going to start aggroing shit, and that becomes a problem.
Acknowledged. What's our damage? Roger.
Destroyer lost. Group 2 reinforced.
Where are the resource collectors? Are they? Yeah, they are. They are in fact hanging around with the mothership. No one's particularly hurt except for one of the dickhead destroyers, who I believe is now
Group
dead.
2 reports enemy contact.
Pursuing targets.
Mothership.
I'd say that's one of the new destroyers that's actually managed to roll up.
Copy.
Group 4 reinforced.
If we're quick, we can actually save this destroyer.
New heading set.
Not against that horde of frigates, we can't though. And that one's dead.
Strike
Rip.
group reports hostile contact. Group 4.
Group 2 under attack.
This is why I say they could have done a lot more with it, because I feel like what they did have was actually really good. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Heading set.
Group 4
Alright, back up.
under attack.
Because now this lot have become interested.
Destroyer under attack.
We're drawing heavy fire.
Group 2 reports enemy contact. Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Strike group under enemy attack.
Group 2 under attack.
I mean, to be fair, as long as the
Frigate
they don't really have an answer for the pulsars, so the pulsars can just keep harassing them, costing them ships, slowing them down.
Contact. Group 4 under attack.
Group 2 standing by.
Frigate lost. Group 2 under attack.
Copy.
Group
Him
4
repaired.
reports enemy contact. Group 1 reports enemy contact.
That's a lot of damage coming in.
Group 4 under attack.
Standing by. Repairs initiated. Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
Group
We're going to lose
4
that battle
reports
cruiser.
enemy contact.
There's not an awful lot I can do about that.
Damage.
Shit.
Destination locked in.
Group 4 standing by.
Battle cruiser destroyed.
Now it's a game of how am I going to deal with the 3 battle cruisers coming in.
Strike group receiving fire. Stay on top of them. Resource collector under attack.
Attacking capital ship. Strike group reports hostile contact.
I mean, that's another destroyer made, finally.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
Destroyer under
The
attack.
Target confirmed.
the shipyard wants to be replacing the battle cruiser we just lost.
Repairs initiated.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Supporting
For fuck's sake.
guidance failure.
But they're just seizing on any and all weak ships that are present.
Reports enemy contact.
That's just a game of like this is the other problem with these hordes of assault frigates. They're big bullet sponges. That take ages to deal with. Faced.
Mothership.
Group 4 copies.
We need to make sure everybody's still making stuff.
Heavy damage.
Assembly underway. Assembly underway. Heavy fire.
Yeah, we've got all the pulsar gunships we need. Ion cannon frigates, please, because now we've got lots of capital ships to deal with.
Berths are clear. Group 4 copies. Drawing heavy fire.
Why are they going all the way up there?
Maneuver confirmed.
Combat.
Oh, because they're trying to attack those scouts. Right, following you.
Strike group receiving fire.
Strike group reports hostile contact. Coordinates confirmed.
Get back here, you mad bastard.
Set. Moving to destination. En
They're gonna give me a minute, then I'm gonna fucking use it.
Move order confirmed.
Strike group receiving fire.
Heavy fire confirmed.
Especially considering the pulsar gunships are continuing to be a nuisance for the enemy.
4 copies.
Hologram portrait? Yeah, I would say. To be fair, if you're gonna make something of the vein of a VTuber race, then hologram portrait's kind of required.
En route.
If you were to ask me.
Moving while engaging.
Course set.
Copy.
Anyway, kind of let them build up a minute.
Reporting. Group 4.
Especially whilst we swing the ships around. We've only got 1 destroyer left.
Destroyer complete.
We are producing more, but it's slow going.
Mothership. Production underway.
Group 4 copies.
Copy.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Moving to destination. Combat maneuver confirmed. Enemy neutralized. Awaiting orders.
Oh, for the love of... Oh, that's kind of not what I wanted.
En route.
And to be fair, if it's going to give me free damage, then and then they're not going to react, then fine.
Roger. Group
But that
4.
other battle cruiser is barely halfway done.
Contact. Taking damage, fleet. Moving to destination.
Oh.
Move order confirmed.
Move them to neutral and passive so that they actually wave off.
Destination locked in. Copy. Acknowledged.
Reminds me that I can't see by default just how many frigates they're producing.
Ion cannon frigate complete. Ion cannon frigate complete.
Group
All
4
the,
reporting.
all the production vessels are now producing something, which is the key point. Like, destroyers are there for the bulk. Destroyers are what's there to kind of make it difficult for us to deal with. But the battle cruiser is where the actual like offense of the fleet is. Thing is, the shipyard is just extremely slow, which makes sense.
Ion cannon
And I have a plan for one of them,
Locked in. Standing by.
and it requires both the marine frigates, including Captain
Ion cannon
Soban.
frigate complete.
Confirmed.
Group 4 standing by.
Plan is I'm going to focus fire the one in the front, and then hijack one in the back.
Group 4. Group 4 acknowledged.
My need is for Soban and the other marine frigate to be on evasive.
4 reporting.
Seeing as their main guns aren't all that useful, it's more useful for them to be fast.
Mothership. Ion cannon frigate complete.
Group
We're about to get another destroyer, and the other
Ion cannon
battle
frigate.
cruiser isn't that far from finishing, so
4 reporting.
whilst they're giving me the reprieve, I'm going to make use of it.
Destroyer complete.
Assembly underway. Confirmed. Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Assembled.
4 copies. Copy.
Group 4 reinforced.
Strike
There
group
we are.
receiving fire.
We did have 6 of these, we're now down to 3, and 2 of those were produced very recently.
Move order confirmed. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Ion cannon frigate.
This is what I'm actually after, but it's taken a while.
Group 4 reporting.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Whilst the carriers are just pumping out as many ion cannon frigates as is humanly possible. We're actually going to be full on frigates in a minute.
I'm taking hits here. Group 5 copies.
We can U2 Group 6.
Group 6 designated.
Group 4
The
standing by.
pulsar gunships are actually doing God's work right now.
Group 4 standing by.
Battlecruiser complete.
Yay.
Fire confirmed. Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
Have another frigate? Oh, of course.
Complete.
I mean, they're the meat of the fleet.
Fire. Acknowledged.
Group 4 reinforced. Ion cannon frigate complete. Destroyer under attack.
To wait for it to be finished coming out of its darkened
Clear.
before I can
All
actually.
reporting. Strike group under enemy attack. Group 2.
Right, if the ion cannon frigates are just going to go in, then fine. Well, the plan was to do that anyway.
Orders. Group 5 standing by. Ready. Course set.
And we're just going to send the Marines in.
Infiltration underway. Group 4 reporting.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Ion cannon frigate heavily
I'm actually-
damaged.
Back you guys up,
Reports damage.
whilst the other big ships are coming in.
Code red.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 copies. Strike group receiving fire. Confirmed.
Group 4 designated.
Attacking capital ship. Show no mercy.
It's more a case of when the dreadnought and the other battle cruisers can get in. There we go. See.
Scanning for targets. Strike group under enemy attack. Hit. Hit.
So I think we're largely out of interceptors now,
Under attack. Group 2 standing by. Reach
but that's
starboard
fine. It's half the
fusion
point.
chamber. Group 4 standing
That's
by.
why we want the frigates, because they're actually hard for the.
Reach starboard fusion chamber.
They are actually somewhat difficult for the
Complete.
Reporting. Moving.
battle cruisers to hit.
Ion frigate under attack. Strike group reports hostile
The
contact.
plan is fully to hijack one of these things,
Strike group receiving fire. Engineering reports damage.
even though they're firing missiles straight out of the top and hitting the hitting Captain Soban. Kind of mean.
Strike group under enemy attack.
Oh, no, get him! Get him! There we go.
Engage capital ship.
If nothing else, it's made the battle cruisers panic and focus on something else.
Frigate lost.
Need an expert opinion? Go for it.
Under attack.
Borgar or Pizza? Ooh. This is where the recent experiences come to muddy the waters, because I've recently had quite a bit of pizza, so I would vote Borgar due to overexposure to pizza.
Frigate lost.
But pizza do in fact be bitchin', so.
Group 4
To be
reinforced.
fair, what I did last night was
Ship locked in.
is that you get these Chicago town pizzas.
Group 4
They're like normal frozen pizzas, but they're actual like
frigate
dough.
lost.
Coordinates.
That like the idea being you have to cook them from frozen, otherwise the dough is very difficult to deal with. Because anybody who's ever handled pizza dough will tell you that it's one of the stickiest substances in existence. I think I've just about got this.
Mothership.
Group 4 reporting.
That's it. It's weird. The frigates get like way up in his face. Suddenly they have trouble dealing with them.
Frigate lost.
Show no mercy. Cabin pressure dropping.
Hey, we did it. With all the battle cruisers dealt with, the bulk of the problems with his fleet are now done with. We have 3 destroyers.
Under attack.
Mothership.
Need 6.
Group 4
So get building that.
Ready.
We are completely out of all strike craft, so let's get that dealt with.
Stay calm.
Destroyer complete.
Yeah, but they're like actual dough. So the idea I had is, what if we intentionally thaw them out, which they don't tell you not to do on the box because of course.
Underway. We're under
And then when they do, that means, well, they're just straight up pizza dough then at that point. Pizza dough with a little bit of sauce and some topping. So we just take that, put a little bit more sauce with it, put a little bit more cheese with it, and then we fold them over, press them down, and turn them into calzones. Would that actually work? Because this is the problem when you get store-bought stuff. Sometimes it is exactly what it says it is, and
Destroyed. Group 4
and
defeated the enemy.
it just says, yeah, it's just frozen pizza dough. That's all it is.
the cakewalk. Ready.
Or is it like, or are they lying? And if you try to do something with it that you could do with normal pizza dough, it just falls apart because it's actually like plastic or something. And no, it totally worked. I filled it with stuff, turned it over, pressed the sides down, put it in the oven, and straight up calzone, and it was beautiful. So, you know, I've eaten so much pizza, I've had to fuck with how I eat pizza at this point.
Sequence has begun. The gate is open.
Right?
Stand by.
If we're talking fast food pizza, yes. But if we're talking homemade burger, on that point, I do agree with Justin. It's if you're ordering in, ordered in pizza is always going to be better. But if you're making your own, like making your own burgers is fucking glorious. Like, regardless of how you do it, like if you do it in a pan, or if you ideally do it on a grill, like that is just, like making it, like packing the meat yourself, turning it into a making the sauce yourself, toasting the buns, and you just make your burger how you want it, to the correct level of crunch or squish that you prefer. Now, the way I tend to do it is kind of like, half beef, half pork meat, like just get them in the mince and put them together. Now, I realize not everybody does that. They pickle on burger. Now, Sash likes pickle on burger. I do not. But I do make the pickle juice and put that in the sauce. It does have that salty quality that just makes it really, really good.
I have foreseen. In doing so,
Pizza from local pizzeria, dude. Yeah, like the great debate of who does the best takeaway pizza. You know, Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut. The correct answer is your local pizza place. Your local pizza place does the best pizza. We're the same over here. There's just this like little shop called Super Pizza down by where we are. It's just like a few guys. It's literally just a local pizza place. A few guys are running a takeaway restaurant, and they make the best fucking pizza in town. No cap. It's actually brilliant. Because like, I think the idea being that they actually make the dough that day, which is kind of the point if you're you know, a local pizza. Oh, by the way, here's God, by the way.
Warriors of the Vega reaches. The moment of prophecy is at hand. Glory be to the
Where's God's ship?
Saducar.
A little bit. Because everyone's talking about Sajuk, and well, here's Sajuk. Sajuk is apparently was an actual progenitor. Oh, big time, yeah. It was an actual progenitor. Well, they're referring to the ship as Sajuk. Sajuk these nuts. Okay, I'm sorry, I told you to Sajuk these nuts. I'm real sorry. Didn't mean to. Juke sounds like some kind of K-pop singer. Suck him a juke. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. Suck him a what, dude?
Khan cannot be allowed to unite the cores. The prophecy must not end this way.
Well, we have two of them, so he has to come to us.
Multiple incoming Vega units detected. Protect the mothership.
Unworried. Extremely so.
Pursuing targets. Group 4. Standing by.
Group 4.
What he threw at us in the last mission was
Moving while engaging.
extremely unfair, and we still did it, so...
Group 4 reports enemy contact. Mothership.
Actually full-on destroyer suddenly.
Group 4 under attack. Production underway.
Ready.
Destroyer under attack.
Supporting friendly units. Group 2. Ready.
Group 2 reinforced.
Roger.
Group 4 reinforced.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Group 4 reporting. Acknowledged.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Ion cannon.
There we go. Now we can just shred the enemy fleet. The two of them? Oh no, this is getting out of hand.
While engaging. Engage all hostiles. Group 4. Group 4 standing by. Cabin pressure dropping.
I do in fact have two Sugama Jukes.
Light enemy fire. Frigate lost. Mothership.
Engineering reports damage. Group 4 standing by.
Torpedo frigate complete.
Stabilizer
On the wall,
online.
foreheads.
Enemy destroyed. Need new orders.
Stop rushing ahead.
Acknowledged. Stabilizers offline. Supporting friendly units. Attacking capital.
It called this a large number. This is just a handful of destroyers. Destroyers on their own aren't actually all that much of a threat.
Group 4 reports victory.
Roger.
Group 1 designated.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 4 copies. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Move them up that way.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Destination locked in. Group 4 reporting.
Torpedo frigate.
What's the objective here? It's just straight up protect the mothership. This implies that he's going to keep throwing shit at me, and I just kind of have to deal with it.
Docking signal green. Copy.
I need you to reproduce all of our bloody
Construction underway.
resource collectors because we are kind of out at the minute.
Group 4. Strike group moving into position. Destination locked in. Strike group moving into position. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 5. Understood. Roger.
Let's get you. You can produce our interceptors. And how many corvettes do we need? Oh, yeah, a handful.
Assembly underway.
Get a few made.
Torpedo frigate complete.
Reporting. Assembly underway.
And the mothership is on torpedo frigate duty, so
Mothership.
trying to replenish the frigate horde as quickly as possible.
4 copies.
Resource collector complete.
Acknowledged.
Group 4 reinforced.
Confirmed.
And no, just
Strike group coordinates
form the
locked in.
wall. That's all I need you guys to do.
Position. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Maybe we're going to flick you onto evasive so that you guys can form up a little bit quicker. How many do we need? Excuse me, you're British. The answer is just always 2 more.
Group 4 standing by.
But we just built another 2. Build 2 more.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete. Resource collector complete.
I do believe I lost both Soban and my other Marines in that, so... I mean, the level of sad I'm at is... can be measured in negative integers, so... integers,
Interceptor
rather.
squadron complete.
You gonna do something about this anytime soon, or is he just gonna let me sit here and build?
Resource collector awaiting orders. Group 4 reporting.
Because, like, he's being very nice right now, like, in
Resource
letting me just
collector
kind
complete.
Roger.
of build up
Pulsar
right now.
gunship squadron complete.
Ready.
That's the enemy fleet. We're on our way to match the enemy, but... Yep,
Pulsar gunship
basically.
squadron complete.
Ow.
Torpedo
I mean-
frigate complete.
Big believer in the phrase, you know, if you find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck. One imagines that this slot over here was supposed to be a part of that assault, but must have arrived a little bit too late.
Group 4 confirmed.
Group 3 designated. Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group moving into position.
I say
Group 1
it's fine.
Copy.
If he's just going to give me the time I need, then I'm just going to quickly rebuild.
Coordinates locked in.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Still no more research other than platforms.
Torpedo frigate complete. Resource collector complete.
Resource collector awaiting orders.
We only need 2 more.
Group 4 standing by.
Everything else is frigates.
Pulsar gunship squadron.
Actually, I'm going to max out on torpedo frigates.
Reporting. Assembly underway. Group 4 standing by. Copy.
Group 4 reinforced.
Resource collector.
Of course, the Dreadnought is in fact just a group unto itself.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Acknowledged.
There you go, you're all done.
2 reinforced.
I mission you into the X formation and move you forward.
Acknowledged. Strike group
Same with you lot.
coordinates
So,
locked in.
I do enjoy if you press the delta on the interceptors. Well, they were already in a delta formation, but they just buddies two squads of like 2 flights of interceptors up into flights of 10 in a delta rather than just the 5.
Group 4 reporting.
Torpedo frigate.
There you go. See, they're actually moving in like step with each other now, which is kind of what I needed.
Acknowledged.
Resource collector complete.
And rebuild those numbers.
Resource collector standing by. Group 5 copy.
Roll you forward.
Torpedo frigate complete.
Move order confirmed.
We need 4 more
Mothership.
frigates. Got 2 in production.
Mothership. Production underway.
Reporting. Construction
And we can get all
underway.
4 building at the same time.
Group 4
Save
reporting.
a bit of time that way.
Mothership.
But it will be a moment before they're all done. But otherwise, we are largely Gucci.
Strike group moving into position.
Torpedo frigate.
Make everybody on aggressive except for the Gatekeeper because he's a big slow boy.
4 standing
So we'll
by.
have him divert his energy to his drives because he needs the energy to keep up.
Torpedo frigate.
He wasn't
complete.
quite pointing the right way. But yes, the name of the game is let's fuck up what we've just found up here.
Opportunity.
Group 3 reports
An awful lot of
enemy
assault.
contact.
He's got a shipyard up
Torpedo
here.
frigate complete.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Moving while engaging.
Group
Move
3
everyone up this way.
attack.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 3 reports enemy contact. Group
Right,
4
now, everybody forward. Everybody adopt. This is my official adoption of Black Air Force energy. Everybody just goes in and starts
To full power.
fucking it up.
Confirmed. Group 1, Group 4 copies. Strike group under enemy attack.
This is what we're after.
Standing by.
I mean, somehow we're dealing with their fighters at the same time, so
Group 2
Christ knows how that's working. And to be fair, I do have a lot of torpedo frigates, which is probably where that's coming from.
The Vega are using the shipyard to provide reinforcements.
Thank you, Captain
Being
Obvious.
destroyed.
Green line confirmed.
Now,
Engineering
one
report
is made to
down.
wonder whether or not that order for the carriers actually went through.
5, standing by. Guidance failure. We're losing control. Move order confirmed. Group 4.
Okay, the pulsar gunships are actually making short work of the enemy corvettes, which is making this significantly easier.
Collector awaiting instructions.
I mean, if we're losing frigates, but
frigate
I can live with losing frigates, honestly.
reports enemy contact.
Strike group receiving fire.
It's the big capital ships that I don't want to lose.
Fire. Breach.
Yes.
Starboard fusion
The
chamber.
fucking phased cannon array is just suddenly the sun comes up
Frigate lost.
purely for the purposes of fucking up whatever it is. Just decided to poke its head over the trench.
Subsystem target acquired.
Why can I smell pizza now?
Ship.
Group 5 under attack.
Strike group under enemy
I don't know how I'm smelling pizza because it's a barbecue next door.
hostile contact.
Yeah, I think I'm just hungry.
Pursuing targets.
To be fair, when am I not? But even so,
Cabin pressure dropping.
the shipyard and 2 carriers.
Capital ship. Move attack coordinates locked in. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Group 3 reports victory. Group 1 under attack.
Acknowledge.
You have that many torpedo frigates and none?
Ready.
And 2 ion cannon frigates. Okay,
Drawing heavy fire.
and more ion cannons, please.
5 reporting.
Hey, the fact that I can't press tab and go through the construction ships, that annoys me greatly.
Berths are clear.
I think this will actually help me out quite a bit here. Instead of
Construction underway.
having to flick through lots of menus.
Group 4 copies. Strike group under enemy attack. Heavy fire confirmed. Strike group under enemy attack.
I can just do that and
Strike group reports hostile.
get them out quicker as a result. Oh, fuck me, the carriers just don't survive long anymore, do they?
The Vega shipyard has been destroyed.
But we still need to kill the other...
Subsystem target acquired.
No, just give me the carrier, stop giving me bloody
Strike group prepare for assault.
hard points to kill.
Attack clearance received. Strike group moving into
Bring everyone back down again.
Strike group moving into position.
We are a bit out of position at the minute.
Locked in. Moving to destination. Group 4 copies.
And just fuck up their resourcing. I thoroughly learn how to fix my early game consumer goods issues. Is it just like build a factory and you're fine? Or like
Resource collector awaiting orders.
Or like just put a bit more emphasis on credit collection and then use credits to patch up the hole.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
To be fair, shipyard Nabal's not doing anything.
Assembly underway.
Me probes and then a sensor distortion probe. To the point where in the middle late game you can just sell consumer goods by the thousands. Oh yeah.
Probe complete.
To be fair, like because a lot of people tend to screw up like
Ion
consumer
cannon
goods
frigate.
because it doesn't tend to be because you're like I want alloys to get my fleet up because it's early game. I need to
Probe
do that.
complete. Probe
And you're like you know, I'm trying to build more ships, so I need metals, I need all that sort of. You're not really thinking about consumer goods, and people tend to just be like, oh fuck it, I'll just buy them in. So if you can just be the guy who produces them, you can make an awful lot of energy doing that. Ah,
Group 4.
probe complete.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
that's what we were waiting on.
Probe complete.
I'm gonna fuck him up here. Ah, there's McCann
Probe in position.
with a frankly unfair. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 battle cruisers.
Sensors distortion probe complete. Surveillance data available.
Damcon level 2.
Thinking about how the hell I'm going to deal with this. But this is a lot to have to deal with.
Probe dispatched.
Group 4 reporting. Attacking capital ship. Standing by. Group 4 standing by. Group 1. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2
Right.
reporting. Strike group moving into position.
Part where this gets difficult.
Confirmed.
Group 4 reinforced. Jamming begun at destination.
Group 2 copies. Capital ship locked in.
Yeah, actually, no, not you guys. You guys go refit.
Strike group moving into position.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 standing by. Group 2 standing
Did he just?
by. Group 4
Did
reporting.
he just open up the sun on a sensor distortion probe? Proportional response much. The rest of Group 4 is kind of moving in as quickly as can be managed, considering they are moving only as quickly as the slower ship, which is the big thick boys. We've had, when the pulsars are massed up like this, they do kind of eat through any target pretty quickly, actually.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Send them home.
Group 2 under attack.
Well, that's their dreadnought dealt with.
4 copies.
Because kind of just gave that one to me. Game becomes, how the hell am I going to deal with this? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 6 fucking battle cruisers. With full-on frigates too.
Group 4.
New plan.
Bye.
Alright guys.
We have our orders. Take her home.
Well, he damn near shit his britches last time I sent marine frigates near him. If I do the same, kind of like start baiting out the smaller elements of his fleet, leave him with just the battle cruisers will panic, trying to deal with the marine frigates I send at him. I think the AI knows that obviously marine frigates are quite dangerous to large ships, so...
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Fuck's sake. I forgot I'd queue those.
Group 4 standing by. Group 2 reporting. Strike group moving into position.
Unfortunately, I kind of don't need either of these, so...
Retiring from active service.
What's a specific eco modifier that lets me gain both credits and consumer goods? For trade value? Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about. If you just like then just do a little bit of trading,
Reporting.
you can just
Group 4 reporting.
max out
Standing
your
by.
consumer goods pretty
New
quickly.
heading set. We have our orders. Take her home.
Mothership.
But the plan is marine frigates,
Production underway.
because we kind of don't need the flak frigates anymore.
Boundary, this is Floor. How far
And they were useful, but no longer. We now have more than enough to deal with any strike craft that come our way. We can bring them in, reduce the marine frigates, which will make the which will supposedly make the enemy battlecruisers panic. Whereas this time he's keeping them all close together, which we can use against him if we approach him from this angle here.
Group 1 reporting.
Marine frigate complete.
Strike group moving into position. Group 2 standing by. Moving while engaging. Group 3 reporting. New formation acknowledged.
I mean, they're going for resources, but it's fine. And I'm not focused on it in a minute.
5. Moving to destination.
Mothership.
Move the mothership along with it.
Mothership
Make sure we
underway.
keep the
Acknowledged.
resource collectors up with us, because well,
4 standing by.
that will allow us to actually repair. I think if I do that, they'll all just spin around and hit me all at once. And I want to come in from this angle. Flip everyone to evasive. And if we can, we want to come in at them from a high angle.
Locked in.
I tell you what, new plan.
Group moving into position.
We can come in over the Hulk.
Strike group coordinates locked
That will
in.
actually do us better.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Underway.
Mothership. Mothership underway.
Standing by. Reporting. Destination locked in. Group 4 standing
Then a couple
by.
of distraction probes past him.
Copy.
Group 3 reports enemy contact. Probe away.
Not annoying him with some probes.
Probe deployed.
Copy.
Get another sensor distortion. Well, produce a couple of sensor distortion probes just so that
Group 4 reporting.
when I come for him, he won't quite see me coming.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 1 standing by. Strike group coordinates locked in.
And then, where are the marine frigates that I built?
Strike group moving
Could be
into
two of them.
position. Ready. Standing by.
You are now
Destination
Group
locked
3.
Group 1 under attack. Group 3 under attack. Sensors distortion probe complete. Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Drawn the front of his fleet forward.
in. Reporting. Taking damage, please.
Group 4 under attack.
Doesn't mean just sending a couple of probes past him immediately just
Group 4 reports
immediately
enemy
annoys him.
contact. Group 2 under attack. Sensors distortion probe complete.
Strike
Back.
group coordinates locked in. Docking with carrier.
Whilst the big fleet kind of comes in.
4 copies.
Group 4 under attack. Group 3.
So this is
reports
baiting
enemy
the smaller
contact.
elements of his
Group
fleet out.
4 reports enemy contact.
Group 1 reporting. Group 2 copies.
Group 4 under attack. Group 3 under attack.
Engaging targets of opportunity. Group 4 copies.
Yeah.
Weapons set to full power.
Group 3.
I really wish there was a fight in formation button.
Perimeter set. Strike group receiving
Just to keep them
fire.
from,
Group 1 reporting. Group 2 standing by.
Just to keep them from
Reports damage.
deciding that, you know what,
By.
we're just going to immediately fall out of formation.
Engineering reports damage. Hit. Hit. Damage report. Cabin pressure dropping. Coordinates confirmed. Strike group to battle
You
position.
kind of need the,
Strike group attack order confirmed. Breach in
They're all
target
pointed.
Chamber. 4 reporting. Pursuing target. Moving to destination.
immediately
En route.
send them
Stabilizers
on,
online.
send them into the
Group 1
side there.
under attack.
Group 4 standing by. Strike group moving into
Actually, no.
position.
Hold them off for just a sec.
5 copies. Group 3 reporting. Understood. Group 4 copies.
Gotta get through this fucking wall.
Combat maneuver confirmed. Combat maneuver confirmed. Team attack coordinates locked in. Group 4 reporting. Guidance failure. We're losing control.
God damn it. There's a lot of shit between me and Hakan.
Reports enemy contact.
Guidance failure. We're losing control.
Frigate lost.
Under fire. Requesting order.
You way to win here. Okay, not to do that. Don't just skirt out in front and think you're gonna win the whole thing.
Lost.
Strike group receiving fire. Subsystem target acquired.
You have to start the
What's the call?
the destroyer production line up again.
Group 4 reporting. Attacking capital ship. Group 5. Engage capital ship. Group
Where is it?
5
There they are.
reporting.
Frigate lost.
Strike group under
Battle cruisers are going down as well.
Group 3 under attack.
all personnel. Code red. Strike group receiving fire.
Gonna back them off,
Capital
back
ship
them off.
locked in. Moving while engaging. Combat maneuver confirmed. Under fire. Requesting order. Acknowledged. I'm taking hits here.
There's your target to focus fire whilst we back off. Thing is, see, the moment I send any amount of marine frigates in there, they just panic.
Engineering reports damage. Strike
Get
group
back!
fire.
Jesus!
Strike group under enemy attack. Strike group moving into
It's not a complex instruction.
group under enemy attack.
The Vega are regrouping around Makon's flagship.
Did this...
He must be destroyed.
You needed to be told this.
Group 4 under attack.
Taking damage.
Back them up, back them up.
Strike group moving into position. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Battle cruiser destroyed.
Yeah. I kind of saw that one coming, unfortunately.
Moving while engaging. Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group
It's like,
receiving fire. Watch the debris.
Resource collector.
how the hell I'm going to get through this?
Stabilizers
Because last time I could kind of, like,
4
ignore half of them as I went.
lost. Group 4 under attack.
Battle
That's already two
engine
2 battlecruisers dead.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Roger. Strike group under enemy attack.
Resource collector destroyed. Group 4 under attack.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Reporting. En route. Repairs initiated.
Ah, Christ.
Strike group receiving fire. Battle cruiser taking hits.
If he's going to keep chasing me.
Starboard fusion chamber. Supporting friendly units. Repairs initiated.
Okay, that's all the battlecruisers now dead.
Destroyed.
Group 4 standing by. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 4 reports enemy contact. Resource collector lost.
Strike group.
Ah,
moving
Christ,
into
right, how am I dealing with this?
Group 4 under attack.
Get back, all of you.
Reporting. Strike group under enemy attack. Docking with mothership.
Destroyer complete.
Mm-hmm.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
We've got a situation here. Group 2 reporting. Group 1.
Group 4 under attack.
Confirmed. I copy.
I'm just
On our
giving it a
way.
think.
Docking with mothership.
Resource collector destroyed.
Docking signal green.
Yeah, I've done half damage to 2 of them, and he's killed all 3 of mine.
Group 4.
Mothership.
This game fucking sucks. Right, they are actually lunging forward this time.
Mothership.
Acknowledged. Construction underway.
I believe I can only have 1 shipyard. Yep.
Group 4 reporting. Strike group under enemy attack. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Hey, they're just missile
Strike group
corvettes, just
coordinates
chill.
locked in. Group 2.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
This is a cakewalk. No problem. Strike group prepare for assault.
Okay,
Copy.
Group 2 reinforced.
so there's 6 of them, so he can kind of just put holes in my fleet whenever the hell he likes. And thanks to his missile launchers on the top of his ships, he can kind of just deal with marine frigates when they arrive.
Strike group reports
That
hostile
is
contact.
decided now is the time for zoomies.
Neutralized. Awaiting orders. Berths are clear.
I'm going to see if I can't at least
Acknowledged.
hijack 1.
Assembly underway.
Is that
Group
Is
4
that
is
would-
the enemy.
kind of help us out a minute? Why the fuck are you floating forward like that? Go away. Go away.
Strike group receiving fire. Group 2 reporting.
Destroyer complete.
See if the corvettes can't kill a wounded one.
Under attack. Group 4 under attack.
Friendlies
I mean,
under
it doesn't. They are just kind of tickling it, and they do actually have answers.
Group
So
4
we're going to back that
reports
off.
enemy contact.
fire. Strike group coordinates locked in. Docking with mothership. Group 4 copies.
No,
Marine frigate complete.
all of you together, all of you on passive, get in a formation.
Resource collector awaiting orders. Supporting
You
friendly
all
units.
run off and cause problems again.
Moving into position. Strike group coordinates locked in. Could be targets. Stay calm.
Just give me
Where's the escort? Cover here.
ion frigates, please.
Production underway.
Watch your 6.
Probe in position.
He's got corvettes, but we'll deal with it. We've got our own pulsars.
Marine frigate under attack. Standing by. Standing by.
Why?
Reporting. Destination locked in. New heading set. Acknowledged. We're under fire. Coordinates confirmed. Hull
Why do they just
breach. Hull
rush
breach.
forward like that? Ugh.
Frigate complete.
Group 5 reporting.
I'm actually going to lose one of these marine frigates now.
Marine
Fucking
frigate
brilliant.
Complete.
We're drawing heavy fire.
Yeah, there he goes.
Frigate lost. Ion cannon frigate complete.
I mean, we're going to send a group of 5 after each one. Okay, so now they're buggering off. I'm going to send a group of 5 after 2, preferably ones in the back. This is how it's going to make me deal with this. It's just going to make me like spoon him to death.
Resource collector
Very
awaiting
slowly
instructions.
beating him to death with a spoon.
4 standing by.
This is
Strike
code
group
for
coordinates locked in.
going in, killing 1, perhaps 2, you're losing my entire fleet, backing off and having to rebuild the entire fleet again.
Battle cruiser complete.
Acknowledged. Collection confirmed. Ready.
So it took me that long just to rebuild 1. I've got 3 of these things to build.
Group 4 reporting. Standing by.
This is why the stream title is just help.
Coordinates locked in. Strike group moving into position. Moving to destination.
So I read up on it. Apparently, the AI is has like adjustable difficulty, and people can't seem to agree if the game is just
Ion cannon frigate.
if the game is actively making itself harder to respond to how well you're doing, or if it's just fucking hard. Because look at this.
Group 4 standing by.
So it's giving me 6 battlecruisers to deal with, but it'll only let me keep 3 of my own. So I can't just outfleet him. I need to come up with a better solution to that. Doesn't appear that he's building new
Ion
ships.
cannon frigate. Complete.
Like I say, hijacking even one of them, would make this significantly easier. We hit our maximum of marine. Yeah, we only have 4. Sweet. Well,
Berths are clear.
other thing we can do is interceptors aren't going to be much help here, so we'll just max out on bombers.
Complete.
Group 2 copies.
Corvettes, I think the pulsars are still our best choice.
Moving into position.
I mean, mines, but that would require us to be able to bait him towards us in an area that we can have prepared. Now we've seen he won't go past the Duke.
Bomber squadron complete.
Presents question 2: which angle do we really want to hit him from? Ideally, side on. Good.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Ideally, side on, because then he won't be able to get all of his ships into the fight all at once.
Reporting.
So we shall move in this
Strike group
direction.
Moving into position.
Just get everybody to move in that direction.
Destination locked in.
Bomber squadron complete.
Roger.
Set everybody to
Bomber
passive.
squadron complete.
Not really defensive. Set everybody to evasive power, just so they can get over there quicker.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Ready.
That. You 3. You 3 keep drilling.
Ready. On our way.
Because for once in this entire game, I am actually somewhat paranoid about how much money I've got.
Bomber squadron complete.
Reporting.
Let's get the fire control tower on that battlecruiser.
Bomber squadron complete.
The carriers are just maxing out bombers. We just need as much anti-capital ship stuff as is
Ion cannon
physically
frigate
possible.
Complete.
Doesn't appear to be fixing his stuff either. I think the angle with the Marines is whichever angle we attack from, we send the Marines in from another angle, so that at least his main guns aren't pointing towards them. And with 4 Marine frigates, apparently the most it'll let me have,
Battlecruiser
I
fire
might
control
actually
tower
be able to
Scanning for target.
like
Confirmed.
at least get distract them for long enough for my fleet to kind of like
Ion
present a line, and actually be dishing out quite a bit of damage. Even if the engagement isn't decisive, we can at least cripple them a bit
squadron complete.
whilst we rebuild in the back.
Mothership. Bomber squadron complete.
The only frigates we need are ions.
Acknowledged. Standing by.
Oh, we actually ran out of... Oh, okay.
Construction underway.
It's actually only 1 each, isn't it?
Roger.
Ion cannon frigate.
And then the rest of them are ion cannons.
Underway. Assembly underway. Copy. Berths are
There we go.
clear.
Get that building.
Battlecruiser complete.
Group 4
Hey.
reporting.
Oh dear.
Group 4. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Mothership.
It would appear the engagement has been decided for us.
Away.
Group 4 copies. Reporting. Roger. Standing by.
Group 1 assigned.
Strike group moving into position. Acknowledged. Group 4
Give me
reporting.
all ion frigates present. Give me the battle cruisers.
Acknowledged.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Then everyone
Strike group
round.
Moving into position. Group 1, standing by.
Where are those Marine frigates?
Standing by. Confirmed. Group 1.
Get all the pulsars together, put them in 2.
New formation acknowledged. Roger. Group 1 copies.
There we go.
New formation acknowledged.
Body them all up together.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
You are now Group 5.
Reporting.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
That's weird.
Group 5
Decided to turn around.
designated. Mothership underway.
Group 1 copies.
I mean,
Group 2.
okay, fine.
Group 3 standing by. Group 2 reporting.
Group 2 standing by.
Acknowledged.
Group 4
Those give me
designated.
all ion cannon frigates as well. You are all 4. Get in the wall
Group
formation.
4
There we are.
assigned.
Strike group moving into position.
I want 5 to be these cat.
Group 2.
Fuck's sake.
5 copies.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Group 4 reporting. Roger. Copy.
You are Group.
4
You are
designated.
Group 4.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 2 reporting.
Behind. Group 2.
Strike
Group
group coordinates
3.
locked in. Strike
Group
group
3
moving
can be the
into
Marine
position.
frigates, not the defense
Group 3
class.
copies.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Confirmed.
Group 1 reports enemy contact. Group 3 assigned. Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Group 1
Group
There
1
we go.
under attack.
Attacking capital ship.
Group 2 under attack.
Grab you lot. I want you to nab him there.
Group 3 copies.
Drawing light fire.
Strike
If we can't focus fire a bit.
Group 4 copies. Strike group under enemy attack. That's important. I'm taking hits here.
He's got conventional drives.
Watch your 6.
Yeah, he's got his missiles on the top there.
Strike group under enemy attack.
We can tell the bombers to at least knock out their missiles.
Subsystem attack confirmed. Assume combat station.
That will help us out a bit.
3 reports enemy contact.
Subsystem attack confirmed. Alright, stay with me.
Knock out all of their missiles.
Group 3 under attack.
Subsystem target acquired. Alright, let's speed it up in here. Strike group receiving fire.
Group 3 reports enemy contact.
Subsystem attack confirmed. Strike group reports
Knock out their
hostile contact.
missiles. I'll have a significantly harder time tackling these Marine frigates coming in.
Under attack.
We're under fire. Subsystem target acquired. Cabin pressure dropping. All personnel. Code red.
Destroyer lost.
Drawing heavy fire.
But, just realised I didn't group in one of the
Ion
one of the battle cruisers.
complete.
Strike group reports hostile contact. Stabilizers
Fucking,
offline. Ready.
I gotta manually go through this.
Production underway.
Group 4 copies. All personnel.
And that's 2 of them dead.
Group 3 defeated.
Attacking capital ship. Taking damage, please. Group 1 reporting.
Where are the carriers?
Subsystem attack confirmed. Strike group
Again,
receiving
with the-
fire. Strike group receiving
Really
fire.
wish I could just tab through it.
Awaiting orders. Assembly underway.
Ion
Ooh, not,
cannon frigate.
not those. Give me bombers. Lots of bombers.
Berths are clear. Construction underway. Group 4. Ion cannon frigate.
Yeah, there we go.
damage.
Will jarheads in space still have jarred heads? I don't know.
Capital ship locked in.
If the Expanse tells us anything, yes.
Drawing heavy fire.
Because you can ask me, the Martians in the Expanse are literally just one big race of jarheads.
Mothership
You're nearly done with the battle cruisers. Where are those?
complete.
We're going to pull these resource collectors off and tell them to repair the Dreadnought because we kind of need that.
Bomber squadron complete.
Moving while
Oh, that was
capital
significantly easier than anticipated. And that worries me greatly.
damage report. Hit. Damage report.
Frigate lost. Mothership. Battlecruiser complete.
Strike group under enemy attack. Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Ah, okay.
Construction underway. Group 4 standing by. Strike group reports hostile contact.
This I am not used to. We just went through all 6 of their...
Destroyed.
Strike group receiving fire.
Group
Just went through all 6 of their battle cruisers and we just kind of won.
Interceptor squadron.
Just kind of walked through them. This I am not used to.
Interceptor squadron complete.
Supporting friendly units. This is a cakewalk. We caught him nap. Hit your target. Standing by. Move order confirmed. Group 4 copies.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Yes, stop in the front. Okay, the other battlecruiser is now available.
Confirmed. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Standing by. Resource
Grab
collector
these
under
two
attack.
and make sure they've got their...
Combat maneuver confirmed. Standing by.
Did we lose one?
Underway. Strike group under enemy attack.
No, we didn't.
Watch your course. I caught one. Resource collector taking enemy fire.
Your building, you already have.
Under attack.
Group 4 standing by.
Group 5 reports enemy
Let's send the interceptors forward.
reports enemy contact.
Acknowledge.
Well, this is a lot of bullshit that we are now having to deal with.
Light fire.
We have enough
4 under
destroyers now.
Group 4 reporting.
Interceptor squadron complete.
I mean, technically speaking, for now it's like helmets, but once you wear the full astronaut, I don't know if the requirements would change.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
I mean, one imagines they would, right?
Hostile contact. Battlecruiser fire control tower complete. Scanning for targets. Under attack. What's the call?
Battlecruiser fire control tower complete. Scanning for targets.
Group 5 reports enemy contact. Interceptor squadron complete.
Strike group moving into
Everybody
position.
just sally forward.
Attack coordinates locked in. Moving while engaging. Move attack coordinates locked in.
It would appear like the wall of corvettes and assault craft are all we've got to deal with right now.
Ready for orders. Attack complete. Awaiting further orders. Supporting friendly units. Roger.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 4 standing by.
Becomes a game of how quickly can we deal with this.
Complete.
Strike group reports hostile contact.
Interceptor squadron complete.
I mean, the capital ship fire will destroy them just by law of probability. Eventually something will hit them.
Enemy fire confirmed. Roger. I'm taking hits here. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Now, a lot of them appear to be bombers anyway, so they'll have
Where's
trouble.
the escort? We need cover here. Reading contact. Group 4.
I mean, the corvettes are more easily hit than the fighters, at least.
Interceptor squadron complete. Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Confirmed. Supporting
We'll
friendly
send them forward now that they've got something to chew on.
Move attack confirmed.
The pulsars forward as well.
Cover here. Ready. Strike group under enemy attack.
This is the thing, because like in space, everything wants to be a sphere. So the problem is the jars will quickly become fish bowls. So we'll have the fishbowl heads, which doesn't flow nearly as well as jar heads.
Complete. Frigate lost.
I mean, that's it. I'll take some frigate losses just to getting through this godforsaken mission.
Ion cannon frigate heavily damaged.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Drawing heavy fire.
There we go. See, now we're doing it.
Frigate lost.
Yeah, and so long as the carriers keep cranking out interceptors, we should get through this. Easy. Only took about 10 minutes of head scratching to get through those battle cruisers.
Under fire. Requesting orders.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 4 standing by.
No problem.
We got him now.
And we tell the fleet to roll forward.
Defeated the enemy.
Move attack confirmed.
Interceptor squadron complete.
Oh, get back, dickheads.
Under attack.
You did well, now don't blow it.
Strike group moving into position. Destination locked in. Docking with carrier.
Group 4 copies.
And now we just kind of got to get through this defense turret wall and kill McCann.
Group 4 standing by.
And if last time was anything to go by, McCann's ship isn't actually all that tough.
Squadron complete.
You are clear to dock.
Group 5 reports victory.
Everybody to evasive so they can kind of reassemble their group a little bit faster.
Acknowledged.
Group 4 reinforced.
Supporting friendly
Now
units.
roll forward.
Moving while engaging.
Move attack confirmed. Taking damage fleet. Confirmed. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Get back, you lot.
Moving into
Jesus.
position. New formation
And
acknowledged.
kill crazy bastards.
Strike group moving into position.
Interceptor
Maybe.
squadron
I
complete.
can kick my microphone on the way past, bitch.
Receiving fire. Status report. Hold formation. Let's keep together now.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
We've got enemy contact.
How's that?
Watch your six.
There.
Group 4 reports victory.
Strike
The
group
official
receiving
assessment.
Fire.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Ready.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Roger that trailer. I see him. Strike group
Someone's got a
coordinates
grill
locked in.
going outside.
Stay on top of them. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Defensive perimeter
Yes,
set.
me. And then I realized it wasn't.
New formation acknowledged.
Huh. I would like a grill, Sash, but
I know.
Strike group moving into position.
Acknowledged.
Group 1.
It would be glorious if we could get one, but
Coordinates locked
you know,
in. Strike group moving into position.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
got it on the patio. That wouldn't be hard. What about the shit that we got on it?
Supporting friendly units.
Right. He has been terrible today, by the way.
Supporting friendly units.
He's sending Corvettes out to kind of like provide decoy chaff, and it's working, and it's making me a little bit mad.
Group 4 under attack.
As we very slowly get through the defensive turret wall.
Group 4 has defeated the enemy.
Group 1 standing by. Strike group
This is the point where we just kind of flood them forward. Then
all hostiles. Friendlies under fire. Moving
gonna group all of them up together.
Acknowledged. Move attack coordinates locked.
Primarily because I lack the patience to do them individually.
We caught him napping. Light fire confirmed. Attack complete. Holding pattern locked in.
So
Construction underway.
we're actually out of money for once. Holy shit!
Group 4 reporting. Supporting friendly units. Strike group
Oh,
reporting
once
hostile
we're actually out of cash. Well, there's a great big field of money that we made when we destroyed the Vega fleet. So,
Group 4 reports victory. Pulsar gunship.
but you know, we'll make do.
Friendlies under fire. Moving
They're actually producing gun platforms. It just seems like a waste of money to me.
combat maneuver confirmed.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Group 4.
Now that we're actually in range, we'll switch everyone to
Group 4
powder weapons.
under attack.
Roger. Strike group prepare for assault.
Just kill McCann, will you? That deals with most of our problems here.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 1 standing by.
Let the interceptors deal with the little guys.
Reports victory. Resource collector lost.
Resource collector under attack.
There you go, see?
Khan's flagship is heavily damaged.
That is the idea. Do not like the fact that it just saved the game very rapidly.
Group 4 standing by.
Khan's flagship
group
is
attack order
critically
confirmed.
damaged.
That's it, just
Concentrate all
just
fire
eat
on
through it, come on. Been here long enough, come on. Okay, now suddenly we've got cutscene.
At this moment, a dark cloud gathers above the skies of Higara. The warriors of the Fringe will never be defeated.
Sounds like copium to me, boss. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, there he goes. I'm sorry, your ship designs were simply more base than ours, but you know, protagonist powers.
McCann has been defeated. Begin recovery of the Vega core. The Trinity must be united.
Did we do it? Did we win?
Crew transfer complete. All systems prepare to
Wait,
power down.
like me. Oh, we're on that mission.
Main drives offline. Engineering offline. Navigation offline.
Telling me that entire side panel was
Auxiliary power disabled.
just a.
The mothership is standing down. Begin hyperspace core transfer.
We just blow that entire side panel off. It looks expensive, I'm gonna be honest.
The core is away.
The Juke receiving crews. Stand by for core Trinity integration.
You wonder if the mothership's like look could just be improved by making it horizontal rather than vertical. I don't know, I've always liked long ships over tall ships. So one could argue in space those two are the same thing. So we had one, Makan had one, and the Bentusi had one. Bentusi gave theirs to us, and we just murked Makan for the other. It was like crew wars, but yeah, just balls in space. Everyone, the sphere is the most efficient space, shape in space. Have you got something deep and philosophical to share with us, Garen? Because we are apparently resurrecting God. The Warsphere and spherical ships. Yeah, I'd say that the Borg do the same thing, just geometric shapes in space. It's like the idea of having...
Trinity is stable. Coordinates for Hagara.
Of having ships that look like traditional naval vessels in space is kind of an anachronism. I mean, it's space. You might as well just make it a shape. There's no reason not to.
This isn't looking good, fleet. Hold your positions.
I mean, no shit. I like how quickly we managed to wreck these cities, by the way. It's huge cities on this planet. In traditional form in mind, exactly.
Sejuk has returned. All systems online. Weapon systems fully charged.
So we don't have a mothership on this one.
Sensors indicate large Vagar forces massing at these locations. The last
Space
of the
degrees.
Hagaran defense fleet
Right.
is engaging the Vagar. They are outnumbered. The Vagar must be eliminated to lift the siege of Hagara.
Resource collector awaiting orders.
Here we have big long ship. And our main job is to wreck the Vega blockade. Okay. Pretty much the pinnacle of speed. So I need to understand that Justin enjoys the death wedge in space.
Locked in. Standing by.
Group 1 reinforced.
Strike group moving.
And say 93,000 resources. See?
4.
Worried about nothing.
Construction underway.
Get him to very quickly
Assembly underway.
max out our resource collectors because we need more. It's yeah, just the giant death wedge in space. Entirely forward facing.
Group 4 reporting. Resource collector awaiting.
There's one a mobile Death Star, thank you very much. Exactly. Though technically it already was. Well, apparently the Death Star was capable of, like, frankly, silly speeds.
Resource collector complete.
I suppose it managed it through, like, shifting its own mass. Or, like, controlling its own gravity somehow. I mean, this is Star Wars, you ain't gotta explain shit. They have tech for everything.
Group 4 copies.
I think it was that. I don't think the Death Star kind of, like, throws itself into certain... Oh, God. Throwing me through hyperspace, but it had mini thrusters. Yeah, I think... I don't understand, like, the way that the Empire did it is that it would, like, throw itself into the gravity of another body and then use the orbit to position itself. And then hyperspace out when it wanted. I think these are supposed to be ruins, but they're kind of not.
Resource
Like,
collector
could I
awaiting
repair
orders.
these if I wanted to?
Roger. Repair
Let's find out.
initiated. Group 4 copies.
Palpatine's levels of base. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, the level of balls it takes to be like, hey, what do you want to concentrate our entire military development on?
Supporting friendly
Just
units.
one great big moon-sized planet-destroying vessel.
Group 4 reporting.
Multiple mothership class signals detected.
What did Makan have stuffed up his ass? The fuck? Super Duper Laser was kind of mid, but in general, the Homicide Ball was great. No. Until episode 7, where they turned it into the Homicide Planet. Oh yeah, at that point we're talking solar side almost. Episode 7 doesn't count, dude. Nothing Disney made doesn't count. It counts. Because like episode 7 was just New Hope but worse, and attempted to be more shocking, which made it worse.
These mothership-class vessels do not resemble any known Vagar design. However, sensors indicate similarities to Bentusi technology. They are not responding to hails. Stand by for combat. Scans of the hull indicate it's immune to conventional weapons. Bring Sejuk to bear. Bring Sejuk to bear. Bring Sejuk to bear.
I can hear you trying to make an awesome phrase, but it's just not working out, Chief. I'm going to be honest.
Engage all hostiles. Moving while engaging. We've got a situation here. Repair order confirmed. Ready. Repairs initiated.
Well, I'm going to send Sejuk after the first big one then.
Group 1 reports victory.
That's all of them. Ready for orders.
Whilst we kind of mop up what's in front of us.
Group 4.
As we were observing, Sejuk can kind of just murk anything he wants. So, bro, space spiders, yeah, kind of is.
Mission accomplished. Standing by.
Analysis indicates the unknown Vagar vessels are surface bombardment platforms.
Right.
And are preparing to attack. Dispatch interceptors to target any missiles before they can enter the atmosphere. Missiles must be destroyed before they can reach this debris.
Essential for next movies, and then they never deliver. Well, yeah, that was the point, unfortunately.
Attacking capital ship. Strike group coordinates locked in. Stay calm.
Group 4.
Now, luckily, I do have many.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Strike group moving into position.
That's a Vega blockade.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 4
Vega
reports enemy
blockade.
contact. Resource collector complete.
Mino see no
Group 1
ships.
under
Any
attack.
missiles being launched.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Like, yet. I'm sure they're coming.
Under attack. Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Strike group under attack.
Group 4 reports enemy
Okay, so I guess Sejuk's not just the hyper death ship that it is advertised to be. It can actually die.
While engaging.
Despite the fact that it is actually capable of dishing out a rather hilarious amount of damage.
Group 4 under attack. Group 1 reports enemy contact. Resource collector.
There you go, so as soon as these battle cruisers are dealt with, then
4 reports enemy
Sejuk isn't out of danger, but
Under enemy attack. Ion frigate
no,
under attack.
never mind.
Friendly
Never mind.
fire. Moving in. Reading contact.
Group 4 under attack.
Resource
Okay, so
collector
Sejuk isn't
attack.
invulnerable, I have learned. Very dangerous, not invulnerable. But once again, Vega battlecruisers are just fucking stupid. I was enjoying the camera work. Well, the cinematography of it was all very impressive. Right, quickly surge all of them forward.
Group 2 designated.
This is
I'm also just not used to not having the mothership anymore.
Lock. Strike group coordinates locked in. Ready. Construction underway.
To get them to produce.
Assembly underway. Assembly underway.
No, I don't want Shipyard and Nabal to produce those. I want Shipyard and Nabal to just max out bloody. Just max out
Assembly underway.
bloody
Assembly underway.
yeah, resource collectors.
Construction underway. Group 4 reporting. Reporting. Repairs initiated.
I can tell Sejuk to hyperspace.
Initiating.
Which I shall do, because apparently it's only like 4,000 to do so, which is actually like
Destination locked
kinda
in.
cheap.
Resource collector complete.
Course set. Destination locked in. Understood. Strike group acknowledged. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 1 copy.
You can actually see it's
Group 4 reporting.
kind of moving,
Acknowledged.
which is a little bit silly.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 4 standing by. Group 2. Roger.
Group 2 reinforced.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
I mean, these guys attack
All right, let's
like horizontally, so I kind of want them to be vertical.
4 standing by.
Resource collector complete.
Strike group moving into position.
And send them forward.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Gather all of the resource collectors together and tell them to help Zajuk. Just
Understood. Repair
like
target
constantly.
locked in. Group 1 copies. Moving to destination.
tell them all to defend Zajuk.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Escort pattern locked in. Group 4 reporting. Group 4 copies.
May have been a bit aggressive with that hyperspace.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Group 4 copies.
Resource collector complete.
I gotta search forward quick as I can now.
Supporting friendly units.
Group 1 under attack.
Zaju's weaponry is probably monstrous as it is, so we'll just turn him to evasive and try to push him forward quick as we can.
Confirmed.
Pulsar gunship squadron.
Yeah, now we just gotta defend Zajuk from the
Group
assailing
2
assholes.
enemy contact. Resource collector complete.
Group 4 standing by.
And say the rest of the fleet is now coming in, which is what I'm worried about.
Group 4 reporting. Supporting friendly units.
Okay, well, that's that one dealt with.
Resource collector under attack.
And we just kind of need Zajuk to spin around and deal with the rest of them.
4 reporting.
This is luckily a carrier, so I'm not too worried.
Engage all hostiles. Moving while engaging. Reporting.
Make sure the carriers keep up things. They're now the majority of our defenses.
On our way. Supporting friendly units.
Resource.
Yeah, I already know about the planet destroyers. I like the Starkiller based in theory. But this is the problem with it, because like in theory it was a good idea, but the issue is that at what point isn't it just the Death Star but worse? At what point are you just not trying to ape like already established Star Wars, but just like somehow make the stakes even higher by just upping the power? Like, this is something that anime has tried to do for donkey's years and it's never succeeded. Just making everything bigger doesn't necessarily make it better.
Reports victory.
Like, somehow Dragon Ball gets away with it because Dragon Ball is just kind of somehow immune to power creep, despite the fact that they very quickly got to the point where they were yeeting galaxies at each other.
Repair target locked in. Watch for debris. Resource collector taking enemy fire.
We could allow Zajuk to focus on something other,
4 reports enemy contact.
to the point where I'm actually going to back Zajuk off this side.
Hyperspace coordinates locked in.
Group 4 under attack. Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 4 analysis in.
Thank you.
Getting banged around here.
What we need is for this fleet to kind of present a more unified front, if I'm honest.
Moving while engaging. Strike group under enemy attack.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
We're starting to take the piss out of power scaling. Yeah, well, yeah, fucking Akira Toriyama has always been kind of like...
Group 4.
He's always been a bit funny about his own creation, because
Group 4. Group 1 reporting.
like he wanted to stop it at like Z, but they wanted... In fact, they didn't even want to stop it at just Z. He wanted to stop it at Frieza, but they made him write more.
Group 2 reports enemy contact. Pulsar gunship.
And then he was like,
squadron
alright.
complete. Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Alright, I'll write some more. And then he wrote...
Strike group under enemy attack. Copy.
Am I actually allowed to select Zajuk at any point? There we go.
Supporting friendly units. Group 4 standing by.
In which case, I'll start sending him in this direction.
Group 4 under attack.
Stay on top of them. Group 4
I've
copy.
just kind of got to get through this wall here.
Strike group receiving fire. Group attack confirmed.
In fact, it's not the greatest amount of battlecruisers I've had to deal with, so
Ion cannon frigate.
relatively speaking, it should be okay.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 1 copies. Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 5 reporting. Drawing heavy fire. Group 1 standing by. Standing by.
This battle gets hairy fast, doesn't it?
Hostile contact. Strike group receiving fire.
2 battlecruisers there,
Confirmed. Watch your 6. Under fire. Requesting order.
and Zajuk over there to kind of help deal with it.
Confirmed.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Guidance failure. We're losing control. Strike group under
There we go, just kind of mopping this up now.
Group 5 reports victory.
Stabilizers offline. We've got enemy
Easy.
Capital ship.
Yeah, those are the bad guys in the new trilogy.
Strike group
But what they did with it was terrible. As ever, this was the problem with the new Star Wars, wasn't it? It's just
combat maneuver confirmed.
oodles of potential
Starboard fusion
completely
chamber.
squandered.
Group 5
You
copies.
know what I mean?
Group 5 copies. Wingman, tighten it up. Heavy fire confirmed.
Guidance failure. We're losing control.
I send the
Group 2 under attack.
interceptors over this way to kind of help deal with the
Attack coordinates locked in.
people trying to kill our
Attack. What's the call?
repairs to the Sejuk.
Resource sector under attack. Ion cannon frigate heavily damaged. Strike group receiving.
I mean, we've still got
fire.
our dreadnought at least, which is helping us out.
Resource collector complete. Group 5 under attack.
We're under fire.
And with this, the big problem in front of us is kind of solved.
Resource collector taking enemy fire.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
Get over here.
Group
Let's get
4
back over this way.
under attack.
Ion cannon frigate heavily.
Frigate lost.
Nagara reports
Ready.
missile impact.
Group 1.
Catastrophic
Group 4
damage
reports enemy
reports
contact.
coming in. Second impact detected.
Group 5 under
Geothermal
attack.
activity reported.
Pulsar
1,
gunship
2,
squadron complete.
3.
Group 1
We've lost
reports
most of the
enemy
people in
contact.
Higara. Holy shit.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
Group 1 reporting. Copy.
Okay, is it just him?
Fourth impact confirmed. Higara cannot take any more of this. We have lost all communications with Higara. The planet
Reporting
is
friendly
nearly
units.
destroyed.
Attack complete. Awaiting further orders.
Okay, I'm now having to think about how the hell I'm going to deal with this.
Fire.
Resource collector complete. Group 4 reports victory. Pulsar gunship squadron complete. Nothing remains.
It's like it's saying, "Oh, send interceptors to go deal with the missiles," but I kind of can't see them, so I don't know what the game is with them. It's got a expanded universe, but still okay. It was Boo. He was just did his own thing and not listening to editors. Yeah.
This isn't looking good, Fleet.
Feels like we're still partially better than the Warlord era, but entirely placing it wasn't a good choice. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think just dealing with this head on isn't the way to go.
Mission locked in.
Pull off to the side here.
Standing by. New formation acknowledged.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Copy.
Group 2 designated.
New formation acknowledged.
Group 5 reporting.
Also Duke to kind of warp himself over here as well.
Initiating hyperspace jump. Ready. Move order confirmed.
Shipyard and about to just
Assembly underway.
give me resource collectors.
Roger. Confirmed.
One of you just keeps producing
Assembly underway.
interceptors, the other one keeps producing gunships.
Group 4 reporting. Resource collector awaiting orders.
A group of hardliners had to flee to the unknown regions, because of course. So, yeah.
Exit coordinates confirmed.
There would be Thrawn's Empire in the Dark Hand. Oh, yeah, it would. This is why most people liked Thrawn, because like
Resource collector complete.
Group 4
it was almost like an acceptable successor, you know, like less powerful than the Empire, but like still crazy competent.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Those two new councils stand no chance. Although I'd argue that Sith Eternal would have to fit into Dark Empire. Yeah.
Group 5 copies.
This is the other problem. It kind of gets difficult fast
Resource
because everyone's kind of got their own way of how they want to like continue the Star Wars canon. I'm just going to straight up not deal with this group in the front,
Group
the center.
1 copies. Group 4.
I'm looking to kind of get after the bits on the side here.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 4 copies.
Combine Sejuk to 3, I think.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 1 copies. Strike group moving into position. Destination locked in.
Next was Sejuk's on evasive.
Resource collector complete.
Group
Thing with
1
the
copies.
capital ships because we kind of
Group 2
need.
reporting.
What now? There we go.
Group 4 standing
Thing with
by.
the capital ships because you kind of need them to catch up.
Destination locked in. Destination locked in. Group 1 copies. Strike group moving into position.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Could have fit. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is difficult to ascertain a lot of the time.
Complete.
Ready. Roger.
Like again, nothing has hyperdrive except being Sejuk comes a problem. To be fair, this doesn't look terribly difficult, so...
Initiating hyperspace jump. Group 1 reporting. Strike group coordinates locked in. Strike group coordinates locked in.
I'm just going to warp Sujuk in.
Understood. Strike group moving into
Multiple
position.
mothership class signals detected.
Just immediately. I'll start causing problems for him. Yes, thank you for the introduction to the planet killers. I know what they do.
No problem. This is a cakewalk.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Group 4. Supporting friendly units. Group 1 standing by. Strike group moving into position.
Duke is currently looking to warp in here. There he is.
Exit coordinates confirmed. Strike group under enemy attack.
Group 2 reports enemy contact. Group 1 under attack. Group 2 under attack.
Group 4 reporting.
It's just a case of how quickly can these ships get about.
Pulsar gunship squadron.
Answer is extremely slowly.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Group 2 copies.
And then Sujuk just immediately starts, gets started. First thing I want him to kill, obviously, is the shipyard.
Supporting friendly units.
Hold formation, let's move together then. Taking damage, fleet.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
I retract to that.
Group 4 under attack.
Group 2 copies. Group 4 copies. Moving to
Yeah, they're starting to launch missiles, but I can't see what the missiles look like so that I can send the interceptors after them.
Reports victory.
Group 1 reporting. Strike group coordinates locked in.
And tell Sujuk to
Pulsar gunship
deal with the
squadron
planet killer.
complete.
Group 4 copies. Strike group receiving fire. Strike group
Enemy
moving
missile
into
launch
position.
sequence
Moving
confirmed.
while engaging.
Okay, where is it though?
Reports enemy contact.
Group 1.
There he is, a low atmosphere orbit deprivation weapon. Okay, we'll send the interceptors after it.
Group 4. Watch your 6.
Group 4 reports enemy contact. Resource collector complete.
Group 4 reporting. Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 4 standing by.
And the whole point is that I'm just gonna
Battle position.
have the interceptors be
Pulsar
the
gunship squadron
4 copies.
Group
be the
4
missile
under attack.
interceptions
Friendlies
group.
under fire. Moving in.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Okay, there's another one.
Battle positions. Strike group receiving fire.
As Sujuk slowly gets about dealing with that.
Strike group under enemy attack. Group 4 copies.
Resource collector complete.
Ion frigate under attack. Engage all hostiles. Confirmed.
Yeah, easy.
Reinforced.
Engage all
The whole thing was with the biggest hype and the biggest letdown for episode 9. Yeah,
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Group 2. Strike group receiving fire.
the great problem with Palpatine.
Attack.
Drawing heavy fire.
To be fair, we don't need all of them to be carrying around.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Strike group prepare for assault. Strike group reports hostile contact. Group 2 standing by.
Send them off in that sort of direction.
Ion frigate under attack. Acknowledged. Group 4.
Sujuk does take a bit of time to deal with the
Reports victory.
I'm taking hits here.
problem.
Group 1 standing by. Group 2.
Heavy fire confirmed.
Let's get the fleet back together.
Position. Move attack coordinates locked in. Moving while engaging. Group 1.
Group
I think we
2
got both the
reports
missiles
enemy
there.
contact.
Ion frigate under attack.
Hey, that with?
Group 4 under attack.
Group 1 standing
One
by.
planetary bombardment platform destroyed.
Caught him napping.
We're just kind of
Group
got
4 reporting.
have this lot mosey along this angle.
Move attack confirmed. Move attack confirmed. Move attack coordinates locked in.
Look at that.
Moving while engaging.
Lot of shit.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 1 reports victory.
Strike group to battle positions.
And I don't suppose we've lost any interceptors. No, we haven't.
Exiting hyperspace.
But tell them to move as quickly as they can.
We've got a situation here. Roger. Standing by.
Resource collector.
Just want these.
lost.
Reporting. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Send them off
Strike
that
group to
way.
battle positions.
Hagara reports missile impact. Catastrophic damage reports coming in.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, doing my best here.
Refinery under attack. Strike group to battle positions. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Drawing heavy fire.
Strike
Second
group moving
impact
into
detected.
position.
Geothermal
More are gonna get
activity
through.
reported.
Not much I can do about it.
Attack complete. Awaiting further orders. Strike group under enemy attack.
Heavy fire confirmed.
It would help if Sujuk would actually start dealing with the problem. Do I have to tell him to do that?
Group 4 under attack.
Standing by.
I just need this lot to rush over.
Impact confirmed.
If you're quick about it, you can get this next one.
Ready.
Mobile refinery.
I think we've taken about as much damage as we can really bear.
Mobile refinery destroyed.
What's our damage?
And there he goes. Nothing to do about it.
Strike group moving in. Strike group to battle
Fourth
position.
impact confirmed. Higara cannot take any more of this.
Copy.
There we go. That's it.
For assault. Cabin pressure dropping. Confirmed. Strike group
Like,
reports
once again, like it does feel cynical to say, you know, they just kind of they feel like they ran out of goodwill with their own characters, so they just kind of aped Palpatine.
Group 4
We have
reports
lost
enemy
all
contact.
communications with
Bridge and
Higara.
starboard
The
fusion
planet
chamber.
is nearly destroyed.
Luckily, there won't be many more missiles headed for it.
Strike group prepare for assault.
Destroyer under attack.
Reporting. Group 2. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 4 reporting.
On.
Group 4 under attack.
God, take a while to deal with each platform, do you?
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Taking damage, fleet.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
The shipyard and a
Group 2
file.
reports enemy
Gotta
contact.
just rebuild any and all interceptors that get killed.
Construction underway.
Group 2 under
I was gonna say,
attack.
but
Roger. Strike group to
that's
battle
about as
position.
competent error at 13 and Warner. Incorrect, because
Under attack. What's your
Palpatine
call?
felt sure that he was going to win. I, however, resigned myself to the fact that I'm very much not going to.
Planetary bombardment platforms destroyed.
'Cause unlike Palpatine, I might win eventually.
Strike group receiving fire.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Initiating
Fuck me,
hyperspace jump.
Gamer got another missile off
Friendly's
before I
under fire.
managed.
Moving in. Acknowledged. Strike group to battle positions. Reporting. Ready. Strike group prepare for assault.
Okay, there we go.
Copies.
Group
With
1
that dealt with, we can just center all interceptors on dealing with the missiles coming out.
Strike group under enemy attack. Strike
And
group.
atmosphere deprivation weapons. God damn.
Interceptor squadron.
I do enjoy how they are the sci-fi standard for weapons that are unforgivable.
Strike group to battle positions. Strike group prepare for assault.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
And give me Sajuk, and then tell Sajuk to just get on with killing this lot.
We got company.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Show no mercy. Strike group receiving fire.
Sajuk, can you get on with killing the
Strike group
thing
to
that's
battle
going to end up?
positions. Strike group to battle position. Group 4 standing by.
Lacks the hubris to be totally fucked.
Interceptor squadron complete.
Strike group coordinates locked.
Because you cannot be humbled if there was nothing to break down in the first place.
Strike group prepare for assault.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
Strike group attack order confirmed.
I literally just need Sajuk to hurry the fuck up and deal with this.
Strike group prepare for assault. Got enemy contact. Strike group receiving fire.
So the rest of the fleet is just kind of being ignored at the minute.
Reporting. Combat maneuver confirmed. Roger.
Interceptor
That one got away.
squadron complete.
Engage all hostiles. Pursuing targets.
Get after it and quickly.
Under fire. Requesting orders. Strike group under enemy attack.
Taking damage, fleet.
Pulsar gunship squadron.
Reload, get after him quickly, quickly.
Strike group to battle positions.
Interceptor squadron.
Start waving off, kill him!
Stations look sharp.
Interceptor squadron.
Oh, that was lucky.
Complete. Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Strike group to battle positions.
What's Sajuk doing for health? He's fine.
Group 1 reporting. Copy.
Give me all interceptors across the entire fucking
Strike
group.
group attack order
Give me.
confirmed. Strike group attack order confirmed.
Yeah, that's it.
Strike group attack order confirmed.
Pulsar gunship squadron complete.
That's it.
Strike group prepare for assault.
Just stop the missiles, please.
Pursuing target.
All dead. And the shipyard slinks away.
Scans
Brilliant.
confirm the final planetary bombardment platform has been destroyed.
Oh, we went from 180 million to 5,000 plus that which is in space. We're gonna have to start again. But we lived, it's the point.
Gara is safe. Victory is ours.
Victory is an odd term, considering there's practically a village of us left, but you know.
Karen became the Sajuk-Kar.
I haven't been keeping track of how many missions we had.
Custodian of the three. Conflicts that raged for millennia came to an end, and a new age of discovery began. An age of great wonders and visions. But one secret remained. The Eye of Iran was discovered.
Eye of Iran?
It was opened by the power of the three. What lay beyond hushed every voice in the galaxy. A great network of hyperspace gates. An ancient system, perfectly preserved in the void, hidden from view throughout all of history. The age of Sajet has begun.
I think we did it. Game. Yeah. Oh god, kill me. Why are the last few levels of that game just pulling teeth? I mean that's to set up the 3. Which we still don't know when that's coming out. But apparently 3 is going to be heavily based around that. So now we've lost all 3 cores, but they've sparked up a network of gates. So we Mass Effect now, is what I'm hearing. And apparently 3 is going to angle a lot around that, so shocked I am not. I mean, when I get a chance and remember to do it, I'm going to hunt down this song and add it to the opening comp. It is really good. But yeah, fucking hell, we did it. No, wrong one. There we go. Like, yeah, we did it. Finally, fucking hell. Like, I did not expect HOMEWORLD to be that painful. I must remember this about old games, that like they tend to be fucking hard. Like to be fair, HOMEWORLD 1, like the last mission was actually surprisingly easy. I just outgunned everything. And it just kind of ended itself. I was already getting ready to kick the Emperor in his teeth, and the game just kind of ended itself. And I was like, okay, sure. The Bentusi would just showed up and be like, haha, this is over, fuck you guys. And then that one, it was just a case of, I was expecting to have to use Sajuk to kind of boss my way through the fleet, but weren't the case. It just kind of like, it was like, yeah, no, just use interceptors to stop the missiles, and then just port Sajuk around to kill all 3. And you're done. Fucking sorry? That's it? Okay, sure, whatever. It's just, I find it odd that my fleet became completely irrelevant in that, because they just kind of had to hang around and slowly deal with whatever the Vega were throwing at it. Which didn't appear to be much. I wasn't expecting that, you know, the correct answer to dealing with that last mission was just straight up, don't deal with the fleet in front of you, just skirt around it. Okay. Sure. But yeah, that's HOMEWORLD. We will eventually come back to HOMEWORLD. Eventually. Whenever they want to bring out the third game. What's going to replace this? Well, I don't know. There's a few contenders that we could go with. I feel like I am feeling a shift away from space. Because we've been doing it for a little while now. But, you know, there's a small group of games that we could make use of. I'm thinking... I'm kind of thinking Diablo 3 for some reason. I don't know why. That's the way my brain is trending. Kind of, based one place not yet corrupted by capitalism. Oh, God. I've been setting up for that for ages. It's like... To tell you what, the story with fucking, I've been intending to play Red Alert 3 on this channel for like 1,000 years, but because it starts with the, the Soviet campaign by standard, the way I wanted to do it was, I was going to have it be a Halloween thing, and in the very beginning, the way it was going to roll was, I was going to, because once again, the internet, the multiplayer for it is completely fucked and has been for decades because EA. But the way I was going to do it was that I was going to install the Game Ranger, which allows you to play together. And it was going to be me and Carv who went through it. Now, as you can imagine, that was some years ago. I still want to do that, but it's hard to think how I'm going to go about it. So... I've still got it there, I've still got it ready, it's still going to be fun to play because it's alt history World War II in effect. Even though they're way more advanced than they should be, but, you know, welcome to Command and Conquer. Amanda, I'm aware that people lie on the internet. That's how World War I got started. World War I got started because people couldn't, like, be honest with each other. Really, to be fair, that's more... how World War I ended, because it was just a case of Germany decided to go behind the USA's back and started talking shit about them until USA found out, as they always do. Basically, what I'm saying is that, politically speaking, World War I was the equivalent of a schoolyard fight. Because Willie was a wanker? I mean, not incorrect. Yeah, good God. I'm just still sweating off that fucking HOMEWORLD is finally dead and gone. I still love the franchise, but holy shit. I forgot old games can do this. Jesus. Like, one was great. I enjoyed one to bits. The bit just after the halfway point is hell because it takes ages and it's not even like it's complicated, it just takes ages. And then the last few missions were a bit laughable. And then first few missions were great fun. The bit in the middle was actually the first few missions in the middle were actually fine. And then we got to like the last 5 missions, and the last 5 missions are just, dear God, why? Like, just throwing constant shit at you that you have to deal with, like unfair levels of shit that you have to deal with, like, oh God. But I guess they felt that you could just like outgun the last game and just decided, you know what, that's no fun, we're just going to make it so that you can't outgun it, you're going to have to outproduce it. That's all I had to do. Like, as long as I kept production going at the back and didn't engage in full frontal assaults constantly, I was fine. Game is weird. That's interesting. They were supposed to have like a little thing in the center there. I don't know why they scrapped it. Yeah, that's HOMEWORLD 2, everybody.